Sometime today. Here we go.
Here we are.
I am slacking. I gotta pick some music real quick. What? I just had an ember or something fall off my cigar and
Careful.
it went somewhere, and I don't know where, but it didn't
It's
land.
not like anything's flammable. Yeah.
Exactly. It's I'm just sitting on like AstroTurf carpet or something.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
all good.
Yeah.
It's all good.
El Natural.
Oh, okay. All right. We're good. We're ready. We're here. It's
Cool.
ArachNerds episode 17. It is another live episode. It is just us this week. We had some things lined up. Things come up, people fall through, no big
Work,
deal.
obligations, things happen.
Life.
Life happened. We've got some heat coming in the future though, for sure. Definitely used this cancellation as an opportunity to do a little more networking. So big thank you to No and Tarantula Addicts.
Yes, the Tarantula Addicts Discord. If you have not checked that out and you want
You should.
link, hit us up. It's massive. There's a ton of people in there. There's a ton of information. There's a ton of different, categories.
Literally everything.
Everything. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm still trying to get a grasp on the whole Discord thing because I don't know why I'm really just having such a hard time with it. I think part of it is because it's so simple that it doesn't.
He's geriatric. Yeah, it's the age.
I'm overthinking it. First of all,
it's actually super user friendly to I would say like 90% of people, but it's really cool. They have there's like an Underdark channel. That's where I would say I spend most of my time, and also bite reports. Just looking at the bite reports.
Yeah.
Because those are cool when people get bit by stuff.
That was one of my favorite sections on Arachno boards to always like scour and read because I just found it fascinating what some people experienced. How you'd have some people that had virtually no reactions, and then some people would have the complete opposite, and it would be an absolute event.
Yeah, I mean, there's some pretty detailed tracking and like information, like in terms of like timing, species. It's actually really cool. I don't know. I like looking at all the centipede bites. That's just me. I'm just that guy.
What a weirdo.
But I know, right? That's me. Weird.
Yeah, it's interesting too to see like if with all the species that are especially now that are being kept and stuff, and seeing what you can kind of come to expect if something happens and you end up getting tagged. It's like, well, I at least can get an idea of what I'm in for.
Yeah, it's actually kind of funny just like looking at the just like the bite report of the Scolopendra species lowland jewel versus a velvet spider. Just like the difference in length, like this versus like
Right.
It's like a whole ass description for the pede.
Yeah. Well, this episode and many more on the Herpetoculture Network are brought to you by Fulvius Apparel, fulviusapparel.com, the best herp shirts around for hardcore herp and invert nerds. None of the affliction bullshit, none of the beardy mom AI cute anime character bullshit, just cool herp shirts. I realized
raw unfiltered invertible shirts.
When I was driving yesterday, I was like, I don't explain that enough, that it's like apparel for herp nerds. Like it's just people like, it's just shirts. It's like, it's not just shirts. It's cool.
There's mugs on there too. There's like mugs
shirts,
and
but I'm saying it's stuff that you're gonna want to have and like want to wear. Hopefully, not only because it's comfortable, but also because I put a lot of effort into the designs and stuff. So,
I would agree. I wear the shirts frequently.
I consume my own product,
as you should.
Drives my wife crazy because I have so many shirts in my closet. It's obscene. I got a lot. And
I can't
it's
even imagine.
hoodie season now too. I don't know how cold it's getting up there, but boy, we're getting like into the 50s at night and in the mornings here, which is a good sign. I'm hoping it sticks around because I like it cold. I don't know about you, but I'm a
Yeah,
cold man.
it's 50 right now here, and it's going to be in the low 40s here tonight. So it's definitely getting chilly, which is nice.
Yeah.
It's cooling everything down, slowing stuff down.
Yeah, I'm gonna be
for the most part.
cooling some snakes here soon. Probably gonna put one more round of meals and some stuff before I let them
Cut it off.
clear out, and then get them prepped and set aside, and have a nice relaxing brumation break.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably gonna do that with my my kings, and then some of the pythons will kind of slow that down for the waters and the carpet. But I kind of hitting my my big short tail female with some rats right now because I've been pairing her.
Are those winter
So
breeders or spring breeders?
fall
Okay. Okay. So
into winter, yeah.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah, so I basically she gave her a couple large rats. She's in shed, but I saw one lock. So
Oh yeah.
once she sheds, we'll throw him back in there, see if he can figure it out. It was his first time seeing a woman, and he was very courageous. I was like, well, good work. Yeah, he figured it out very quickly.
Yeah. Well, what's new in the invert side of stuff?
So I'm still waiting for that lividus female to lay, and I was talking to Dritz about that this morning. He actually advocated that I cool her down. So I've got 2 sea serpents incubators, like the little ones, and I've got one of them at like 81, 82, and one of them at like 76, 77. So the HMAC and the lividus were in the warmer one, like 81, 82, and she ate on the 27th of September, and then she webbed her burrow off, and she hasn't like really done much. She's just been chilling. I don't know if she's just been gestating, like what the kind of vibe is. But then this morning the burrow entrance was open, so I put a roach in there and she smoked it. Obviously, so Dritz was like, cool her down, see if she wants to molt. If she molts, then we'll pair her again. If she doesn't molt, then she just needs more time. Because we paired her in August, and she is an import. So he said in his experience, they don't typically like go every other molt, every molt. Sometimes they kind of hold out for a little bit. You know what I mean? Just to make sure they're in the best shape they can be.
Yeah.
I got her as an adult, so
the same female that got that first set, right?
Yeah. And she laid that in February last year, and I pulled it in March.
Okay.
So it's only been one molt in between. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So she might need another one. Either way, he's got like males all the time. He said he works with like 4 females at once, at least.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like he's always got dudes hanging around. But we tried to pair her last time I was there, and she was just like, she just didn't even come out of her burrow. So I don't know, man. Women are weird, fickle.
Didn't even give him a chance.
Yeah, he was trying so hard, dude. He was trying so hard. He was being such a nice guy, and she was just like, dude,
storm.
I don't know if this is it. Like, I don't know if this is for me. And he was just like, dude, you sure? And she was like, yeah, I'm very sure.
Like a trick or treater at the house with the lights off.
So yeah, that's what it was. Not much you can do, man. Not much you could do.
Poor bastard.
He tried his best. I don't know how much longer he existed.
Yeah,
but my girl didn't eat him.
Yeah, dude, I think about that, like watching the videos that you send me from Dritches and stuff, and like Dave's videos of his pairings and stuff. It's like, God, the life of a male tarantula is a pretty shitty existence.
It's not a good one, man. It's not good.
Like,
because like
dispensable is the word.
Well, so like it's it's like one of those things, a lot of times GBBs, you need like an army of males, because typically with a successful GBB courtship, like the male's going to get eaten. So like, males are super high value, but that's because of like their dynamic. You know what I mean by that? So it's like, damn, we got to preserve this guy. And then sometimes they're just cannon fodder. Like, I don't know. I brought this fresh male over. I was like, this Kyla Bracky's Discalus to Dritz's, and I was like so excited because his female is so pretty, dude. She's like, I don't know, this big and like this nice, like iridescent black, and like she's obviously awful. She's obviously terrible. And she's so fast, but like literally horrendous. And it's like, oh, I want like 6 of these. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But our male was just that my male was so scared. He like didn't, he was like kind of figuring it out. And like we tried to protect him for so long, and he got an hour and 20 minutes in, and it was like, dude, like,
how quickly are you guys realizing though that it's like
we stopped protecting him? We stopped protecting him because he was being silly.
I mean, like when you put a male in initially, and you guys are like, within how many minutes can you tell, like, okay, nothing's gonna happen with this?
Okay, so in an ideal world, we're dropping them off near the front door or near the back door. You know what I'm saying? Like the burrow. You know what I mean? So it's like, all right,
easy.
Let's give this guy a little bit of space. He's got to kind of figure out what's going on. Be like, okay, I'm in the presence of a woman. I need to, collect myself and act accordingly. He is then like, please, in the name of God, realize that I am not food. Okay. Because I mean, one time we paired in a Spinachillus rufus, and like, dude, she came at him like grease lightning, and thank God Mike was there to like bat her away. You know what I mean? With the brush, just pull her back. Because like sometimes if they're hungry enough, and you like when they just feel that, it's like boom,
yeah,
they're gonna come right out. Same with like Lugardi pairing. Sometimes you'll see them shoot right out. I don't know. Usually it's pretty quick. And then sometimes the females will trick the males into it. They're like, they'll like play ball. You know what I mean? And then as soon as the male is trying to like remove his palps, she'll just like, boom, come down on him, and he's cooked. So like he'll just be food for those eggies.
I also find it interesting too that I've noticed with Dave's videos and stuff as well. Like there's some males that are just like,
some are bold,
right in there, make it happen, get in, get out, and then you have the other ones that are, again, like you were saying, like very shy, like, oh shit, this
like
is
turn the lights down. Let's like whisper. Everyone, kind of breathe in their shirt. Like there's some guys that are a little pee shy. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then there's other dudes that, like you said, they just get right in there, and it's like, whoa. The dude that paired my Lividus, he actually went in the burrow, and we thought he was KIA. We thought he was KIA, Justin. We were prepared to call it, dude, because he just went right in there, and we were like, big dog, I didn't even have a chance to like mitigate this. Do you know what I mean? Like, homie, you gotta like chill. And he was like, then he got her out, did what he did. I saw, you've seen the video, and
what a baller.
Yeah, man, he was a hooper for sure. He was a good one.
Some of them, I think they're like, whatever, I'm probably not going to make it out. Like,
I'm fucked anyway. Yeah. Let's go down swinging. You know what I mean? I'm not here for a long time. I'm here for a good time. You know what I mean? Like shit like that.
Are you planning to pair your Hattie again? I know you lost your.
I lost my big female. I got 2 juveniles and like 10 holdbacks or whatever. I have a ton of holdbacks, so just growing stuff up. I'll have
you lost the male, right?
Like, no, I lost the female, and then the male I fed to my centipede.
That's right. I remember you talking about that.
Yeah.
Huh.
He was not doing too hot, so I just put him in the thing, and she ate him. So I was like, okay.
Circle of life.
Yeah, the circle of centipede, dude.
You got anything new coming in?
I've got some polymorpha coming in. I've got 2 polymorpha coming in from Dritz, and then I think I have mutilins, the Chinese red-headed centipede. So I'm excited to see if one of those polymorpha is a dude, if they're big enough. I have no idea how big they're going to be. Allegedly, they're going to be large enough to sex, but that could mean anything.
I mean, what does that mean normally?
What do you mean?
All the other ones you have to drown, right?
I'm going to drown them anyway, yeah. I'm gonna drown all of them.
They have to be a certain size in order for you to drown.
Well, yeah, I mean, they got to be robust enough for me to drown them and pop their genitals. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, not to be graphic, but that's essentially what would be occurring.
This was going to be an episode tonight. Unfortunately, our guest had a little bit.
I know, cries.
Wildness, because it's such a bizarre corner of things.
Yeah, you're like looking for spinning organs or lack thereof, and you're like, hey, I actually really don't want to get bit by this thing because it sucks.
Could you not refrigerate them?
I don't know, man. The ice water puts them to sleep pretty quick. That's kind of the vibe. Is just put them to sleep really quick in like 10 seconds, and then and then obviously you got to make sure they're fully asleep, because then it sucks if they're not.
Yeah, it's not my jam.
It could be your jam.
It could be, but again, I just in the ever waged war on what gets room in my room, centipedes are very low on that list.
Would you say they're last on that list?
Yeah, those and camel spiders.
Camel spiders are pretty cool, dude. They would never do well in my room because I don't have my room's not that hot. But camel spiders are cool objectively. Yes, they look whack, but they're cool. Like,
I don't think they look whack. It's just the constant moving of the chelicerae that just kind of.
That's insane, dude. Are you serious? That's bananas.
Yeah, we saw them in Texas. Like there were small ones in Texas, and it's like constantly moving. It's like they don't, and when they do like move, it's stupid quick. Like little blurs, little fuzzy blurs.
Yeah, it's kind of.
Yeah. Just stick to my tarantulas and scorpions and the whip squirt, the white eye.
Yeah, the whip squirt, dude. What's good with that thing?
Walter White Eye.
Walter White Eye.
It's good. I mean, it's eaten. It's comes out usually after the lights are out and is kind of hanging out on its bark. I've been meaning to look up and go back and listen to that episode we did with Nick on.
I was gonna say that was a crazy episode.
Because I'm like, I don't know how you sex these things, if you even can outwardly, or if it's something you have to.
What does the molting process with those look like?
Dude, I don't know.
Do they molt? Do they just grow?
Yeah, they do molt. I just it was on a table at a show a couple weekends back, and I offered the guy, I was like, hey, I'll take 20 cash for it, and he said sure, and I was like, all right, because I've never kept one before.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember talking to Nick, and I was like, okay, I should probably give him a shot. And it's cool. I mean, it kind of just exists. That's sort of it. Watching it eat is pretty dope because it just grabs.
It's like a ninja. Yeah, it's like a ninja.
Yeah, they're badass looking animals.
They're super cool looking, for sure.
Cracks me up that they look as gnarly as they do, and they're like completely benign.
Yeah, you could hold it like no problem, easy peasy.
Yeah. Yeah, the only thing you worry about is them they're so when they really want to move, they're
quick.
So
yeah, where are those native to?
The one I have is a Central American.
Okay.
But there's, I want to say, I have a book, an arachnids book, that has a whole section of each, of the family of arachnids and stuff, and they have a whole sort of chapter in there. And I want to say they said there's like 150-ish species across the world.
Whoa, okay, that's
it's yeah, and I mean that book is a handful of years old, so it's probably changed since then. It may even be more now, but
yeah,
yeah, it's a diverse group. I mean, they're all the way from they have them in Florida too. Like even there's a species in Florida, but like the Americas, Africa, Asia, they're worldwide, but they're cool.
They are pretty cool, but I also wonder, like, what the hell does a courtship look like? Like, I don't know. I'm just thinking about those
It's
little buggers.
actually
Like,
very similar to scorpions. So they
oh, they like do that like
they
shaking
lay a
thing.
spermatophore like a scorpion does,
Okay,
and they pull the
okay.
female over that spermatophore like a scorpion does. They're just on the whole like family tree of arachnids. They sit in such a weird spot, and I'm honestly not even sure where they would sit on that. I just know that it's like, they do behavioral things that are a lot like spiders. They do a lot of behavioral things that are a lot like scorpions. So it's like they're this
Like
odd in between, yeah. And they're like something from another dimension, dude. It's really
it's like
really interesting.
some alien shit for sure,
Mm-hmm.
dude. I could not agree more. I had what did I have? I didn't have a whip scorpion. I had a vinegaroon for a little bit.
Vinegaroons are cool too.
Dude, I gave it to Dritz, and it's still just like vibing in his basement. It's got big, dude. It got big.
I saw some decent sized ones when we were out in Texas too, and those
Yeah, they're pretty
in
robust.
tanks, man.
Yeah, and they like just overpower prey, which is like interesting. You know what I mean? They're really just kind of muscle it, and it's like, okay, like, all right, I'm here for
Yeah,
it.
it's
You
the
know what I
same
mean?
with the whip spiders.
Mhm.
There's nothing there except pure strength.
And those like little, it's like little claw thingies.
No.
Yeah, those little dudes.
Yeah, I need to do more research as far as, again, like, determining gender, maybe even talk to Nick about it. Go back and listen to that episode for sure. And I don't know, because like they have babies like scorpions do, where they climb and hang out on their back until
Oh, they're one of those. They're one of those
and then,
things.
and then
They do
they
that.
leave mom's back, and it's a whole thing.
That sounds like an event.
Yeah. Which I do believe, speaking of gravid scorpions, I'm pretty sure my Margaritatis, at least one of the Margaritatis females, is gravid.
Whoa.
I've had both pairs together for a hot minute.
Whoa.
And, I haven't had any issues because Margaritatis made me a little nervous to keep them together long term.
Yeah. Who would eat who?
The female would probably eat the male.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's par for the course.
The males I've noticed the males, like, if there's girls around, they don't really seem to care about eating. They don't really care about anything.
Classic dudes.
Yep. So I've just been making sure I drop some crickets in there, every other week. Make sure that female's well fed. If the male's hungry and wants to eat on some too,
they'll figure it out. If not, yeah.
They've
as long as she doesn't munch him, dude, you're probably cooking with gas.
They stayed pretty cuddled up. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I mean, when I first introduced them, I had some courtship behavior immediately, and it's been a couple weeks, so I'm fairly certain at least one of the females is gravid. The other one, I'm still kind of up in the air as if maybe she's gravid or could just be, in pre-molt or something. But I'll probably split them up here soon and give them a break from each other, and
reintroduce.
Maybe take a better look at both females to see if I can see any signs of babies on the way or anything like that.
People, if they're looking thick or whatever.
Yeah, it's usually it's
pretty apparent.
It's usually when they're gravid. It looks very similar to the whole pre-molt thing, but
yeah, okay, I got you.
Look like just so much more ballooned, if that makes sense. Just so much more.
Yeah.
Something seems off compared to a pre-molt. Just they look super thick.
No, for sure. I've definitely seen gravid desert hairy scorpions, and they look like a water balloon, dude. So I'm definitely picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah, and I've had a hell of a time with those hensai slings that I got. Those the female bark that I got from Daytona from Rob.
Oh yeah.
Those babies, like, I'm down to 4.
What, are they just not eating or what?
No, they're eating. Like, it's the same issue I had with the isometrus. Like, they're just they're not gaining any size. Like I'm offering them food and they're eating regularly, but they're not growing. And then they get to a point where if they get
dude,
if they get too dry,
they'll desiccate.
Not even for that long of a period of time. Yeah, they'll desiccate. Because I started out with I think 9, and then like I said, I'm down to 4. They've just been slowly.
Yeah, you got to hit upon us. You got to hit upon us.
This is the same issue I had with the maculatus, and it's kind of frustrating because
he'll heal you. Maybe they need more heat, dude. Maybe they need it to be warmer.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. Which I've been thinking about something with the Asian species and stuff, and not wanting to have the heater on in the room again this year because that screwed up my snake season last winter. But figuring out a way to set up in one of the racks or something. Like
I was going to say, if you could just
take out a bin and just let them have one of those slots, or 2 slots of racks, and then the younger stuff, younger Asian stuff, even the brackies, keep them a little warmer, and hopefully sort of help them.
So you could even get like a just like a big tub and get like an RHP or something, screw it to the top of the tub, and make like a little DIY incubator.
Yeah, I was thinking about I like those Ultratherm pads from Reptile Basics a lot.
Yep.
Because don't get crazy hot. And setting up something similar to that, or even just like basically a heated cubby of sorts for those species that I think just need a little more heat to kind of jumpstart things a little more.
Especially the younger stuff with the scorpions, like just for the metabolisms and whatnot. Yeah, that sounds like.
So it'll be interesting to do if I switch them over to heat and notice immediate, a spike in growth and movement there, then I'll know that that's definitely the thing that's missing. So
you could just make it more permanent.
Yeah.
So that's totally something you could do. That's why I don't have scorpions.
Yeah. I mean, traditionally I've never had any issues with getting Centroides and stuff to grow. Even tiny like broods and stuff, getting those to grow on a regular pace. And I don't know. I guess it is a temperature thing, but at the same time, like if those are in Florida and Florida is experiencing the same weather we're experiencing now, then it shouldn't be that out of the norm for them to.
Oh, that's also true, dude. That's also true, dude.
Like, are they just not growing in the cooler months, and then as it warms up and bug activity and food activity in general sort of spikes with the heat? Like, do they sort of go through a spurt then? And I don't know.
I'm not sure. That is over my head.
Yeah, mine too.
I couldn't tell you. Did you end up picking up one of those microscopes?
Not yet, but I need to because I have something on the verge of molting soon that I'm like, I need to get that microscope to. I can't remember what it is.
I feel like it was like some sort of brachypelma. If I was to,
it might have been. I have the 2 erratum. Those just molted within the last like 3 weeks. So those before they molt again, but
probably 2 years.
Maybe it's the I think it's my Albostriatus.
Oh yeah.
Those aren't like the 3 of them aren't. They're not tiny, but they're juveniles, and it would make life a little easier to be able to use a microscope for that. But yeah, I have that one you sent me that I'm eyeballing. I'll probably grab at some point.
Because there's some they're pretty affordable, dude. Like you get some.
The one you showed me was like $70, I think.
Yeah, and it had like those lights and shit. I was like, wow, that's just like working with those New World species that take like a million years to do anything. I totally would understand the benefit of of having that. You know what I mean?
Well, I've got those 2 Achaia, and I don't know what they are. I had one of them molt, and over the weekend or earlier this week, I grabbed the molt, I hydrated it, I got my jeweler's loop out, I got some skewers to help sort of lay it out, and so I could see it better. And it just, like we were talking about with Andrew, man, like those Asian stuff that just doesn't need the thick cuticle that the desert stuff does. Like it takes so little to get for those things to tear and to just be done.
Yep. Yeah, that's why I don't have one, man. I just kind of wait it out. If it's a male, I'll just like cup it, bring it to Dritz. He'll figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
He'll send it to where it needs to be sent.
Yeah. But then one of the Regalis molts, I mean, she's pretty much she's a young adult at this point, size wise, and I did the same thing with hers, and it is a female. So,
but they're just a little more durable, dude. They're just a little.
Well, it's when you get to that size,
they're a lot more durable. Yeah. Oh, even like natural history wise, like India's a rough place, dude.
Yeah.
So it definitely makes sense that
we're also talking about a spider 3 times the size as those Akaya right now. So
well, okay, that's also very very
much an adult, just not full.
I hope you got a pair in there in that Akaya.
I hope so too. I mean, I'm not going to be upset if I got to buy more of them, but
yeah, no, such a cool genus, dude. Formicocylus is sweet.
Yeah, now that I've got all those hatties. So I got since our last episode last week, I got to have like a handful of new stuff. We got some electric blues now. I got those hatties. I got the Balfouri. I got a couple OBT locales.
Yeah, those Kingomas are sick.
So the second one molted today. So they're now officially like real spiders, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Dude, those things molt so quick. Is that one yesterday? Like I went in the room and like took a picture because it was kind of like moving onto its back. I was like, okay, I think it's gonna happen. And I came back in the room like 30 minutes later.
It happened.
Popped out.
Done.
I was like, damn.
Yeah, dude. So, they grow on air.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
So I got those set up, separated, and let them harden up a little bit and offer them some food in the next day or two, and
just watch them tackle it.
Dude, those little bastards, they have no fear. Like I think it was the Mikumi. I put like a decent sized small cricket in there. Like it wasn't, massive or anything, but it was big enough for that thing, and it just grabbed it. It didn't care. Yeah. Which is nice because like your brachypelma slings and stuff are super skittish. If the food's too big, they just kind of freak the fuck out and take off. But those OBTs are like, hell no, man, you're mine. Like, I got a hatchet with you.
Yeah, it's so awesome. It's so awesome. My OBT female is a savage, dude. She just like put in a nice thick dubia roach, and you could just hear her crunch it. It's like, all right, nice, dude.
That's the joy I get when I feed the classy, dude. She just grabs it and folds it in half. It's like putting it in a friggin' trash compactor. You see the cricket just get folded and like pulled in.
My geniculata female is the only New World tarantula I have. It's the size of my hand almost. Mm-hmm. Dude, I put a hissing cockroach in there and it gets folded in half.
Yeah,
it's feeding is a contact sport.
Yeah.
Okay. It like watching. Her name. It's the only spider that has a name. Her name is Britney Spears, and she. Yeah, dude, she's a bad girl. She's just like. I would be mortified to attempt to hold that thing. It would put holes in my hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's
that's always hungry.
Yeah. We'll get into my rosea experience over the weekend, last weekend, but also I got a Taxinus.
What is that?
That Bambus.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Taxinus, sorry.
Okay.
One of those on Palm Street with tie-dye exotics. Got that in, set it up. I went and got bamboo stalks from my neighbor's property. The thickest ones I could find that were a decent diameter for, a smallish spider to be able to fit in.
Is
not a juvenile, but
she's an import, right?
Yeah.
Has she molted? Did she molt with tie-dye?
I don't know. It's still got sort of I don't want to say like scarring, but like
the bush skin.
on like the carapace. So
I hope.
I'm
All right,
assuming
dude.
not.
Set her up good. Set her up good. Leave her alone. What if
That's
she
what I've
lays
been
a
doing.
sack?
So
Set her up good and leave her alone. Yeah.
she finally found the bamboo stalks, finally set up shop in one of them, and I've just been leaving her be because I'm like, that's all you need.
Make sure it's nice and humid. Okay.
Yep.
Feed her a good meal. Maybe she'll lay a sack for you. Maybe she's already paired. Dude, if she lays a sack for you, I need you to call me. I don't care if I'm at work.
If that was if she was, though, wouldn't there be signs of gravidity?
Dude, I had no idea with my lividus. I literally showed up one day and she was holding a sack, and I literally, I shit a brick. I shit a cinder block.
I don't even. This one isn't even really technically sex. Ty was like, at this size, if it were a male, it would probably be pretty obvious. But
Dude, they're pretty small. They're pretty small, Justin. You would know.
Because when you see the ads on like Underground and stuff, they're like average leg span of like 5 to 6 inches, and I'm like,
no, that's not. No, sir. I've seen a mature female that's been paired. They're not that big.
Yeah.
You would know if it's a dude. They mature small. Trust me.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm like pretty dang sure.
We'll see, because that species is just absolutely fascinating to me.
They're banana land. They're on the list.
They've been on my radar for a while now.
Mm-hmm.
So for anybody that's not in the loop, it's Texanus bambus, which is the bamboo earth tiger. It is a species that is only 3 years known to science. It was just discovered in 2022 in a Tak province of Thailand, and it's a species that sort of is exclusive or specialized habitat to bamboo stalks and things. And they're really cool looking. I love there's something about like banded legs on stuff like
those
that.
Knees,
like,
dude. Those
knees. Like those and Avicularia rufa and like your OBTs, and like there's just something about that I just love. The bands on the knees, like those lines are just I feel like Bambus have the best ones out of all of them. But it's set up. There's an angry little spider though, dude.
Yeah, she's gonna be like that, dude. That's awesome.
Fine. That's fine. Like,
I love that.
I don't have an issue with angry spiders. I just found it funny, like how worked up that thing was getting. Like she was literally like laying on her back, like on the moss on her back, like ready to go.
She's gonna protect herself. Yeah.
And really only slapped a couple times, and then like actually took a chunk out of the brush, or tried to, and like. So it actually took a good bit of pestering to get her to even like do something.
Yeah. They don't want to. They don't want to engage if they don't have to. Like really, any spider would like to avoid engaging. But I mean, they will if they have to. I was checking on my HMAC female yesterday. She's in that warmer incubator because she was paired, and she hates me. She hates me big time, dude. She would engage.
Well, that's it. I mean, going back to the heat thing, like that's another species, especially with that one being wild caught, that I want to probably get if I can get my hands on one of those smaller RBI pads and just have a pad for that, just to get the overall ambient temp up in there. Because I mean, we're talking Thailand, which I looked up the weather for Tak province on Google, and is pretty damn warm, and it's pretty damn humid.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's humid and warm.
90s. I think the humidity lower end was like 60%. So
Dritz keeps his Bambus right next to the humidifier in his room.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's in the warm part. His spider room. It's like a basement, and it's like 2 rooms, and the smaller room is significantly warmer than the larger room, and so those Bambus are in the back corner where it's warm, and it is very humid.
Yeah. Well, it's the entire floor of her setup is moss.
It's moss, yeah.
And then I put a pothos cutting in there too. It looks good. I don't know.
No, I thought it looked good too. I mean, she's definitely going to use that moss. She might even take it and use it with webs. So,
well, I got that one, and then I happened to be lurking on Tom Saxon's website, and he had a small 1-incher for sale. It was the only one he had left, so I went ahead and got that one, but I'm not going to have that until I think like next week. He's on vacation. He's in the Philippines, I think, right now.
Oh, that's awesome.
Checking out some really cool stuff. So whenever he gets back, it'll get shipped, and then I'm in the process of trying to get my hands on a third one, possibly. Still
Nice, dude. Have a group. Nice.
It's-
Nice. Those are
Those like the
super
classy,
cool.
man. I'm fully willing to give up some other stuff to get more of those and put a little more focus and emphasis on them. And
Those would be a cool shirt as well, Justin. Just
yeah, I
good idea.
thought about it. I was thinking about it today, and I just wondered, like, those might be a little too
dark.
no, just too niche. Like, there's not a ton of interest in them from what it seems like.
Not
Like, when I
yet.
see them on people's
Not yet.
websites, no one seems to be snatching them up. I think I was the only person that even bid on the one on Ty's stream.
Really, dude? People
Went
are
unpunched.
uneducated. People don't know. They don't know. They don't know the cool stuff. Then
Because I
That's on
got
them.
it off Ty's auction for $60.
yeah, that's.
And I was like waiting for someone else to
like,
because that was the one thing
push
I was
that.
waiting for. And it's like as soon as it popped up, I was like, I don't know how much I got to spend, but I'm winning it.
Yeah,
I was the only person that did it, so I was like,
Yeah.
$60. I was like, fuck yeah,
dude.
awesome.
That's a. I'm
That's
not
a
mad
good
about that price, dude. That's a pretty dang good deal for a Bambus. Yeah,
Yeah.
I bet you that's a female too because of the size. Because like I said, they're
I
they're
said
not huge.
when I had the picture of her like all flayed out and stuff, I said,
Yeah, she looked awesome, dude.
He said he's thinking female too. So
Yeah. Oh yeah, the wizard knows for sure.
that Bal 40's dope. I've never had
Dude.
that before, and that thing is friggin' cool. I mean, I knew they would be cool, but I didn't know they'd be this freaking cool.
Yeah, I've got a sex pair, so I was happy to let that one go and hang out with you. You know what I mean? If it's a male, send it back here, and we'll make it worth your while. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Those are sick. They like you just give him a little space and some anchor points, and they will do crazy
It's
stuff.
starting to web
It's
up like crazy already. Yeah, you got
architects,
no time.
dude. Mm-hmm.
And
I
then
did some.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say I did some rehousing and just watching it just doesn't take any time for some of these spiders to do stuff. It's like crazy.
I'm half tempted to set up like a Wise Cam and do like a time lapse or something just to see what they're doing at night because like they got to be working like all night long to
get
some of this stuff done.
Because it's like you go to bed and then you wake up the next morning and it's like just different. It's like different. Like the whole thing is different. Yeah, I rehoused that Velocipede, that Omothymus female I have that Tritz gave me. She's big now.
That's a good looking animal.
Justin, she's big. And she hates me. Oh my God, she hates me. And she's so purple. It's like my hand, dude. It's like this. Just purple. Yeah. And I put her in a 6.2 liter, those like wicked tall pasta tub thingies with a huge piece of cork bark and a ton of dirt. And she already dug a huge burrow all the way to the bottom, like made like a perfect funnel sock, like redecorated, added like moss to like the side, like already did all this like just crazy burrowing, and she's been in there less than 72 hours. Same with the Vietnam silver, dude. That female is straight up bulldozer. It's so cool to watch them do that.
Yeah, they're I was half tempted by some of those as well.
Those are awesome, dude. I can't recommend them enough. It's definitely one of my favorite spiders that I have, and the Von Worthy too, but they're just so big and so shy. So when you do see it, it's like, whoa. It looks like it's wearing clown shoes on each of its legs, because the end of its leg, like the toe, is like it's like kind of like a lance head almost. Like kind of yeah. It's like, so they're very like they look goofy, but they're super quick and elegant when they move. It's like, I don't know, they're very very unique spider that I really enjoy watching when I do see her. So I can't recommend them enough. Also fast as shit though. Holy crap, dude. Jesus, like literally grease lightning, wicked pissy, like super cool.
I'm always wondering what's the fastest species, and every time I think that I've kept one that I think is it, I keep something else that's like, no, this is even faster. Like when I had that green bottle blue, like green bottle blues are really damn quick. But then I get
Calabraki species tropical blue.
when I
That's the fastest spider I dealt with.
those electric blue slings, like fucking A,
Teleport.
quick. The
Teleport.
Albistriatus when they want to be
Quick.
real quick, but like it's wild, dude. How some of these, it's like when they move, is it just like when the Millennium Falcon goes into like hyperdrive?
Yeah,
Or something?
hyperdrive.
Like,
Yeah,
how do you even see where they're going? They're moving so quick. It's crazy.
dude, I bought a Kylobraki species tropical blue from Dritz at White Plains like a year ago, and it ended up being a male, but I was rehousing it when I got it, and I got it out of the little vial. It ran up my left arm, jumped off my shoulder into my recycling bin in my kitchen before I could even react. I've literally never seen an animal move like that. Never. I've never seen something move like that before. It was like I mean, it landed in like it actually jumped in an empty box of Cheez-Its. So it ended up working out fine, but it was very, very quick, and that's like probably the first and last time that I've got like that.
Yeah, I haven't fortunately had any issues there. I had that when I had that Metallica. It took some unapproved strolls, but that's really the only one. Everything else has been pretty manageable. Those Albistriatus, dude, like rehousing those little bastards. It's Cereopagavus. Historically, for me, it's like every time I got to rehouse them, it's like God, it's always gonna be. It's just got to be a thing, you know.
It's so cool.
It's like why can't the ornamentals? No problems. Like the
Hoagies are predictable.
Papilloma stuff, it's like fuck, dude. Like
Dude,
just
I
chill the
love
fuck
that.
out and move
I
into
love that.
move into the
I
other
love
container.
that. But that's the coolest thing though, dude, is because like you got to dig them up. It's like you got to get a little spoon. You got to excavate them out, and then when you find them, you find them.
Yeah.
there's no confusion. It's very direct. They'll let you know what's going on, and if you do it correctly, you can just get them out of there. My Vietnam Silver was very well behaved during the rehousing. Just like kind of skittish. I moved my males into something a little bit bigger, like because I have two males. I have an H. gigas male and I have a Balfour male because they were in like something like a really little deli cup, and they were both pretty well behaved too. I was kind of surprised because usually gigas are awful.
Yeah.
Like the female I have is literally she's like she's always underground, and I'll put something in there for her to eat, and it's like a hand shooting out of the ground, and it just grabs it and then drags it back in. It's like these giant like brown legs just come out of the ground, grab it, and then just drag it. And it's like, okay. That was kind of cool.
Oh, I love watching the Albistriatus and stuff eat, but yeah, dude, just rehousing that stuff. It's like, can you just make this easy? Please just make this simple.
Dude, it's always easier than a peed. Rehousing a peed is
that's I won't have to worry about it. But
yeah, you could. It could be you.
Watching, dude, even watching those peedlings move when Dritz's last Palm Street. I'm like,
it's crazy. They boogie.
What the hell?
Boogie. Yeah. I've got two, and they're in like really tall vials, so they can't. They're like just in the vial. They can't escape.
Kind of.
Escape. Yeah. Yep. It's all escape proof. And then those vials are in a container with walls that are high. So if they were somehow to get out of those vials, they cannot get out of the second container.
Yeah, that's smart.
Yeah.
If anything's gonna be those little bastards.
Yeah. I had to escape, unfortunately. So that was problematic.
They're just so.
I don't know where they are.
Or something with that many legs is gonna move fast, but.
Well, it's not only that; it's the fact that they're so flat. okay,
Mm-hmm.
because they can really wiggle themselves and like kind of undulate their body to try to get under shit, and they can actually squeeze out of air holes super easy and squeeze out of those little 2-ounce condiment containers.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I lost 2. 6 of them actually chewed through those containers
What?
at Dritz's house. Yes, and they chewed on the little air holes a little bit, made them bigger and got out.
No.
Yeah, literally bonkers, dude.
Yeah. Sounds like a lot.
Yeah, yeah, you just got to use tall stuff, gasketed tubs, um,
Hard plastic.
hard plastic. Yeah, dude, I've been using these Sterilite 20, like these ones
Oh
here
yeah,
with the
dude. I use those
gasket.
for chondros and stuff. They're great.
Yeah, they're literally perfect. These are indestructible. The peds, I mean, most of your peds aren't going to chew through these, and then they hold humidity really well. I just fed that polymorpha a huge mature dubia roach female, and I watched the polymorpha tackle it and then use its mandibles to find like a crack in the armor and then exploit that, and it was very metal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think about that too when I'm feeding crickets. I'm like, this kind of sucks. Like you think about it. You're putting this box with a thing that's more or less the same size as you, if not bigger, and it's gonna just overtake you.
Literally just get bundled.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Crazy.
there's not much they could do to to address that at all.
Like at least with the scorpions, you get stung, you're gonna get taken out, and then the bad part comes. But with spiders, it's like no,
You're turned into soup eventually, but it's
yeah.
it's a little bit of a process. You know what I mean? Like you said, um, it's not just kind of one and done.
Mm-hmm.
Which I mean, again, it's better than a centipede, but it's still not great.
Hope we don't come back as any of those feeder bugs.
Yeah, dude, if I came back as like a Turkish red runner roach, that would be such an L. You know what I mean? If I was just like a Turkish red runner, like
Damn.
what an absolute freaking
Right.
bummer. You know what I mean? Like, what did I do to deserve this? Like, I'm not perfect, but Jesus Christ, you know what I mean, dude?
I
Like,
know I've made some mistakes, but damn.
like I fucked up a couple times. Yes, so has everyone. But like, I'm not. I shouldn't be a roach. Like, I shouldn't be a Turkish red runner roach or like a cricket. You know what I
Oh.
mean? To just get melted by some fucking brachypelma in some guy's collection. You know what I'm saying? Like, goddamn. Like that would suck.
Yeah, I'm hoping that if it is real, it's just saved for the worst of the worst. But
Yeah, yeah. Like maybe I'll be an isopod. That wouldn't be terrible if I was like an isopod one day. But to be a fucking
feeder bug of any sort.
feeder bug, yeah,
Mhm.
dude. Like imagine, I feel like the real short end of the stick on that spectrum is like a mealworm. Like, you know what I mean? At least I'm not a mealworm. But yeah, that's certainly tough.
Yeah. So got all that stuff, and then I picked up a female Mira over the weekend. A bluefoot
Those are super cool.
baboon. Pretty stoked about that. Got her. I set her up, and then I was like, that soil's too wet. Took her out, set her up in something else, mixed some sand in there to hopefully kind of dry it out some, and put her in something a little slightly more spacious and a little more permanent. So
Yeah, she's ready. She's huge. She's gonna molt. You're gonna get a molt, and then you're good. You're looking for dudes, straight up.
yeah, and I've got my two smaller ones.
They're not gonna line up. You got to look for a mature. You're a molt
Well,
away.
I don't know what mine even are. Like I don't even know if I've got two more females or if I've got another female and a male.
Yeah.
I've got two more males. Like
Microscope.
I don't know. Yeah, that's one of the reasons.
Yeah, she points to the microscope. Yeah, could be the microscope guy. Nah, Andrew's the microscope guy, but you could be a microscope guy.
Yeah, we talked about. He showed us the one that he got on the last episode.
His is sweet, dude.
It's
His is
serious.
nice. His
Like,
is. He was
I was
like, yeah, it's not
looking
that
for-
nice. Like it was only 3 feet. I'm like, dude, that is a Cadillac. Are you? Excuse
Yeah.
me. Like, you have a Wi-Fi camera on that thing. You're like, dude, that thing is sweet.
Yeah, I don't need anything that hardcore. It's like, I'm probably gonna mess up half these molts before I can even look at them under the microscope. So I'm not gonna drop a
Yeah,
bunch of money on one for molts I'm not even gonna be able to actually use.
he must have the steadiest hands. Like if you think about it, like some of the spermatheca that he's working with are just like next level fragile.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, dude. Even the even with Devin and like the stuff that she's got, it's like,
Yeah,
oh,
Devin, dude,
wow.
Devin's a wizard. I don't know how she does that shit. Couldn't be me.
Especially the tiny stuff, dude. I'm like sitting there with my skewers trying to get this, 2-inch Akaya molt figured out, and I'm like, dude, if this was like somebody's heart and I was doing surgery, they're done. Like,
Dude, I feel like
love of God.
Yeah, dude. I mean, my hands are like sausages compared to this, like, small, delicate, you know, uh, mold. And I'm trying to be as careful as I possibly can, but it's like, I'm essentially using a butter knife to, like you said, perform.
It was
surgery.
really frustrating because the molt itself would not, like, the part that I really needed to be able to look at would not unball. Like, no matter how much time I left it soaking, it would not, like, open up. And so, like, of course, as I'm sitting there trying to open it up, and you pull it out of the water, and it, like, immediately, like, all like folds in on itself, and I'm trying to do it. Just, I got so much nicotine and caffeine in my system. I'm like, this. I'm like, I got BP or something, dude. I'm just,
you have like a resting tremor. You're like, oh my god. Yeah. No, dude, you got to really know what's good, and you got to have those steady hands. And it's like I said, it's an art. It definitely could not be me. I will just wait. I feel like vent sexing also not a terrible idea. If you get the spider in a little. I don't know. If you work with a species long enough, you can usually see a male when it's happening.
mm-hmm.
Especially with Balforia, I feel like.
Yeah, it's tough with those Akaya though, because they, like,
they're cryptic as hell. They're cryptic as hell.
If I touch that jar, I don't even have to move it. If I touch
it's gone.
Like,
it's gone. Yeah.
The fact that I can even snag some pictures of them here, and one in particular, the other one I really don't even see, but one in particular actually hangs out outside of the burrow fairly regularly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the fact that I can even manage to get pictures of that one is impressive, because the other ones I don't see them.
They just don't. Yeah. My Spinachillus rufus has been, it's pretty out and about. But my juvenile Hades are just like your Akaya. They don't have any interest in that. Very just so photosensitive. You know what I mean? They're out at night all the time. Like, they're probably out right now because all the lights are out in the snake room. But yeah, they're just super cryptic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's like, I mean, I do want to get a microscope, because there's something enjoyable and, like, exciting about being able to look and see what you got, well before it's matured, and what's sort of in the pipeline.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's just one of those things where it's just going to take a lot of practice and a lot of ruin molts to get even semi decent at it, and it's whatever. For $70, a decent little microscope isn't that big of an investment for sort of just bullshit, and more or less,
Well, and again, if you can get good at the the thinner old world stuff, those new worlds they're gonna kind of be a shoo-in at that point. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
that'll be nice. Just because it's like Andrew was saying, that exudate on the new world stuff is much more robust. When you're talking about those brachypelmas and those aphonopelmas and stuff.
Yeah, that tiny Chalcodes
You might not see it as an adult in your lifetime.
I may, hey, I may not, but
That's okay.
I told you how, like, when I got that, it was in like one of the regular size
Yeah,
delis,
yeah,
right?
and you
I'm
were
like,
like, "Where is this?"
I'm like,
Like,
I was expecting, it to be like buried a little bit and to be,
a
half inch
spider, yeah, a
thicker. And I'm like,
yeah.
that's cool. And I'm like looking for it. I'm like, I saw something move. I was like, what the fuck is that? I'm like, oh my God. It's like, this thing is literally. So I got those Kigoma slings, right? From Dritz that weren't even really like actual spiders yet.
Yeah, they weren't even spiders yet,
And
they're
those
ready to rock.
still bigger than that
Yeah,
Calcody sling
yeah,
was
and they've already molted too.
by a decent margin too.
Yep, yes, sir.
I was like, that's ridiculous.
It's Banana Land. I don't even really know how to say it other than the fact that it's Banana Land.
And that little Calcody sling is an absolute beast with food. Like, it eats every damn time, and it's to the point now where I'm like, I'm not feeding it because it looks like it's about to fucking explode.
I was gonna say it's gonna take a year and a half to molt.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm afraid that you'll bump something even slightly sharp and just explode. Yeah. That little bastard is a little hard ass though.
He's got character.
It's a cool little speck.
Now that is one where I think you would really, really benefit from the microscope, even more so than the brachypelma.
Yeah. Black got some elegans, and those are tiny.
Just, too tiny for me. Stay tiny.
And I don't mind the dwarf stuff at all, but it's like
the dwarf old world stuff. Yes,
yeah.
I'm here. Now we're talking.
But then you talk to guys with like heterothele and stuff like that, and they're like, dude, the first episode we did with Dylan, he was like, I like those. I like Villicella and I like Gabonensis a lot, but those slings are so effing small.
I want to get some Villicella. They're really cool. I've heard a lot of good stuff about
yeah, dude. I had two in the cart with the Bambus from Tom, and I ended up taking them out. I was like, I don't need to like. Already like, I'm not going to spend money. I'm not going to spend a bunch of money. I'm not going to do this. I'm just like, let me save myself $40 and not like at this point, does it even matter?
No.
So I'm going to again at some point because I really like the Gabonensis. I have not had those, and Dylan has some on his.
They're really cool.
For sale.
They're really, really cool.
Dude,
the such a cool genus.
Yeah, the amount of tabs I'm keeping open on who has what on a regular basis
it's dangerous.
Borderline stalking at this point.
Yeah, I want to get some of those LSD Earth Tigers because Dritz has 2 females, and it's like, damn, if I could somehow drum up a male, like getting LSD Earth Tigers I would be a happy fill. You know what I mean?
Yeah, those are pretty dope looking, dude. That's one of those ones I feel like in order to truly appreciate it, you have to see it in person. Like, you can look at pictures all day long and they look cool, but it's like until you see it.
It's like the Vietnam Silver. It's like the Vietnam Silver. Yeah. Vietnam Silver is one of the coolest spiders I got, dude. That thing it looks AI generated.
Mm-hmm.
And she's mean too, and I kind of love it.
Just imagine seeing those in the wild though. Like,
dude, I'd be like, what the hell, dude?
Like,
metal bug?
What's the liquid metal dude from Terminator? Was he a was that the T-8000?
Yeah, dude, one of those, but a spider, dude. Like, what the hell?
It's wild. The dude, those electric blues, man. That's another like I have some. Dritz sent me some. You sent me some, and like I've seen them. You guys have some. I've seen a lot of our friends have them, and I've seen them online a lot, and I'm like, they're cool. I'm just so conflicted because it's like they're pretty, but at the same time, they're really not. Like it's so bizarre that you can have something that's ugly and pretty at the same time like that.
So what I will say is wait until it's the size of your hand and waiting at the entrance of a burrow, and you open the thing or you open the cage and you flash the light in, and the blue is literally so bright, and then you give it a dubia roach and it is obliterated. Then you'll be like, wow, that's really cool.
I feel like I'll be there in no time.
Probably yes. They grow very, very fast. Even the males get massive.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, whoa. Like, this is a big dude. And they're so leggy too. The males are so leggy. They're just long boys. Long boys.
My male Apophysis is in pre-molt right now because I haven't seen him in a handful of weeks, and I'm anxious to see what he's gonna do. Every molt, that thing like doubles in size,
Dude, that thing intimidates
and
me.
it's already big. And
Yeah.
it's about to be really big.
Yeah.
And as much as it hairs, like I want to be able to send him to Dritz, and I want to be able to him to get used, but I'm like, that is one spider that I am not boxing up. It's not worth the hassle. Not getting
Just get
covered
a
in
female.
hairs.
You're gonna have to get a female.
I know where I was at. It was like,
I was gonna say,
let's go the other way.
but I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna have to get him in the box with her.
Yeah, and it made it. I've also kind of come to the conclusion too that he's just. I just have him for the enjoyment of having a big spider.
Yeah, of having him.
If
Yeah,
I
he's
don't
cool.
end up with a female or whatever, like it's not that
He'll
big.
be okay.
He's just cool.
Yeah. He's cool as hell. I mean, they're super cool, but there's also, there's a reason I don't have them. Because if that was to get in my eye, dude, I'd have to call out of work.
Your own patience.
Yeah, dude, I'd have to. Oh my god, dude, I don't even know. Did you see the picture of Corey with his eye?
Mm-mm.
Okay,
I've seen
Alright.
pictures online of people like that got fucked up.
Dude, I'll send it to you on Discord like very shortly right now, and his eye looks like a yeah.
It's brutal.
Um,
Seeing how little provocation it takes for them to kick too. I'm like,
yeah,
not imagine.
yeah. I just DM'd you.
Hack that thing up, man. Just
Yeah,
and then the amount of hair that's just gonna be sitting in there waiting for Dritz when he opens it up too. Is just,
oof. Yeah, dude. God bless that. Yeah, check your DMs there, guy.
Which one? Oh wait, there.
Discord. Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, hard pass.
Yeah, dude. That's what I'm saying. When we paired those, I literally was like, "Holy crap! I need to not. I need to not get sprayed here."
Yeah.
Because it's also like they're like almost the size of small dogs. I know that sounds weird, but it's like facts. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's been cool to watch that thing grow up from a not a sling, but a little juvenile, and being that big around to still being young and small and being the size of my palm, and now with
It's gonna
this
be big
molt,
now.
gonna be like I just see a leg usually after that molt. I'll just see some leg sticking out and I'll be like, oh my god. Like I can tell just from the amount of leg I'm seeing how much it's
yeah.
holy shit.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like an absolute beast.
I got it in a 10-gallon right now, and I'm like, buddy, if you keep going the way you're going, like,
You're gonna need a 20. Yeah, I was gonna say,
gonna
dude,
work.
you're gonna.
But
And then, how do you even rehouse that thing, dude?
like a 5-gallon bucket.
Like full PPE in a 5-gallon bucket, dude.
Yeah. They're fun though. I understand the appeal now of the giant brown spiders though, because of that one. I'm like, at first I didn't really get it. I was like, yeah, it's a big spider. That's cool. There's a lot of cool big spiders, but there's a lot of, And then after getting this one and having it and just seeing how much personality it has and stuff, it's like, okay.
Yeah, they're cool.
I got it. Yeah.
They're cool. I don't know if it'll ever be something that I have, but I can appreciate them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Petco closest to me has a Sturmy.
Uh-oh.
And that bicoloratum still. And supposedly tarantulas are half off this weekend. but I'm not going to do it.
Sounds dangerous.
I'm
Man.
not.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I'm not gonna. I won't. I gotta control myself.
As
Also,
best you
because
can.
the Columbia show's coming up, so
Yeah, that's. Oh no, dude. More Bambus.
maybe I don't. Dude, I am sort of like with the classy. Like if I can, I'll trade whatever I need to trade and do whatever I need to do. I don't know I care how many feet picks I have to send. Get my hands on them.
Yeah, what's.
I just find the Bambus thing, dude. I just find those fascinating.
No, the behaviors are also
Yeah,
incredible.
I just like. Realistically, in the grand scheme of other spiders and stuff and how they look, like they're not really anything that would stand out particularly. But
They're
to
so
me,
niche. They're so niche.
just the natural history of stuff.
Yeah,
At this
dude.
point with my age is like what draws me more towards a species now.
Okay. It's just like Histocrates gigas. So many people are like, Phil, why do you really like Histocrates gigas? The natural history of Histocrates gigas is cool as heck. Okay. They're badass as shit. Okay. And they're angry African dirt spiders.
See, but if it was between those and like Pelanobius, I'd probably go with Pelanobius.
Okay, dude. And you know what? I like Pelanobius. I love Pelanobius. I don't have any problems with
Well,
Pelanobius. But
what's your elevator pitch on Gigas?
dude, for some reason, I really just love him. I went to a show and unfortunately I got a female with DKS and she passed away. But dude, for a little bit, she was a wicked cool spider. And I had a blast. And now I've got
Like it was just like what was the appeal to you like with keeping them? Like what was like okay, these
dude,
are really cool. I want more.
they're huge. They get huge, okay?
Mm-hmm.
The way that the legs sit, like when they're all splayed out, you know how like the lead legs on the fossorial tarantulas look a certain way? I don't know. They look super classic to me. And then they're also just like the attitude, like I said, the natural history where they live. They're like amongst like crocodiles and shit, dude. You know what I mean?
Aren't they like
They're living near riverbanks and
rivers
shit.
and stuff?
Yeah. Like they're in it. Like they are straight up in it. Like they are badass. I have a sexed pair from the wizard. They were a gift. I'm very lucky to have them. My female is 2 molt cycles ahead of my male. I've been timing them perfectly. I feed him once a month and I feed her as much as I possibly can. And when it's time, it will be time.
So there was uh, another dwarf species that I've seen sort of in passing online, but never really paid much attention to it.
Okay.
But then ended up because Kyle and Adam at Caveman Reptiles had one.
What is it?
Let me look into those more. I'm pulling it up now. I don't remember the scientific name off the top of my head. I know it.
Dude, I want to get, ever since Andrew was talking about those Chinese stout legs, those things were sweet.
Dylan, I don't know if Dylan's still breeding his or not, but I remember when we had Dylan on, in the first 2 or 3 episodes, that was one of the species like we were talking to him about specifically.
Yeah, spiders.
They are pretty dope,
dude. They're so cool. Oh my god.
Now, if I could just remember my damn alphabet, I'm going the wrong way.
My god.
HIJKL.
Whoa! Look! Oh my god! There's so much cool stuff here.
It's the Kokiana brumipes.
Yeah.
Little dwarf pink.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking at them. I was like, okay, I'm pulling it up right now. It's like I can get on board with these.
Hey, whatever's clever, right?
It's a pretty little spider. It's like a miniature classy. Maybe that's why I like it. No.
Who are you, classy? No.
Yeah, I know, right?
I never would have guessed that, dude. Although some of the purse web spiders are pretty cool too, dude. That Hannes has been talking about.
Dude,
They have some
we don't have
weird.
those down here, but there's a species upstate, and those things are hard fucking for.
Yeah, man, they're just like so wonky looking with like their fangs and shit.
Yeah, I
It's
don't
like,
know. It's
what the heck?
just a pretty little spider. So
Oh, and some of
those
the
are
trapdoor
kind
stuff
of on the
too.
radar.
What? Some of the trapdoor stuff is crazy.
It's the problem with spiders, dude, is you get so much stuff on your radar that then you see it and you're like, I'm gonna get it.
Yeah, it's a problem, dude.
Ugh.
Oh. And like some of the macrothelly, dude. Oh my god, some of the funnel web stuff. Holy shit.
Yeah, what's the? Is it Phalanx? There's a Linophyllae Phalanx, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Those are
Mm-hmm.
pretty wild looking.
Yeah, I know they are. It's literally incredible. Wow. Chinese tiger centipedes too. Damn, dude. So many peds. So little time.
I'm still hoping Gabe can get me some of the Umida, the native trapdoors we have here.
Oh, those are so cool.
Because if I can get my hands on some of those, I'd give them a shot just for the hell of it. I don't know
Those
that
are super, super
like
cool.
breed them or anything, but just for the enjoyment of
Mm-hmm.
having them.
Yeah, oh totally. Oh, the Umida? Dude, those are on those are on Spider Shop for like $28.
Yeah, but is it the South Carolina native species?
Oh well, I don't know. There's 2 different species there, dude. You should check them out.
Let me look.
Yeah. Yeah, this is so bad for people like me. Like the Hynum, the Chinese tiger centipede. Like, are you kidding me, dude? Those things are so freaking cool.
I see the Cyclosmia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those macrothelli are pretty sweet
They're
too.
they're freaking badass, dude. They're really badass.
That's dude. That's the problem. Is there's like, it's not just one big rabbit hole.
Mm-hmm.
It's like 200 small but incredibly long
Rabbit holes. Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
I think the Umida, the Audinii, I think are the ones that we have native. Let me see.
Wow. There's some literally insane stuff here. This is not whoa. This is my goodness.
What are you on Spider Shop?
Yeah, and it's so bad.
Umidia.
Oh, this is so bad. There's so many cool Cereopagapus, Nandep, Minax, Fong Nake Bang.
Yeah,
This is
see,
terrible.
I didn't know that they even had. I never look in the true spider sections of any of these websites because or other spider sections because it's not a true.
That's where all the centipedes are, Justin.
Yeah,
So where else would I be? Do you know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Silly me.
Yeah, come on, man. Figure it out. Oh yeah, the Gabonensis, dude. $26.
Yeah.
Wow.
I do. Sanchez asked if we ever browse Tarantula Canada, and I have not. But I do know they're kind of like one of the big hubs for some of the newer stuff
Tarantulas in
coming
Canada.
in. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, some of these like stout-legged tarantulas from like Vietnam, China, like they really, I don't know, man.
Really
Pique my,
rustle your jimmies.
yeah, they really sprinkle my donuts.
Like
Like,
how
dude,
you said that in the chat, and Hannes is like, I'm learning so many American slangs. I'm like,
yeah,
nobody
dude, no,
says sprinkle my donuts except for
I literally am just cooked and just say the dumbest shit. And Hannes is like, "Oh, English," and I'm like, "No, dude, don't listen to me, buddy. Don't say this shit around your friends, like, please." Okay, let me be stupid on my own. Yeah, this is
Centipedes
bad.
really pump my nads.
Okay, all right. I didn't say that, but yeah.
I could just imagine Hannes like the next time he's with his friends and stuff. He's like,
Pump my
these
nuts, yeah.
really sprinkle my donuts, and all his friends are like, what?
What the fuck is this guy?
No, it's something the Americans say. It's an American
Yeah.
slang.
Oh, yeah. Like what? Oh, dude, I want to get some Everdye too, dude. You ever seen Everdye?
Dude, y'all have gotten me on the Flamingo Kylus.
I mean,
man,
they're
like,
pretty.
the Akai I
They're
love,
pretty cool.
they are.
They're pretty cool. I don't know.
Don't give Keller ideas on pump my nads. Yeah, that's probably true. He's asleep now, though.
Yeah,
His bedtime was
his
like an hour and a
bedtime.
half ago.
Wow, this is so bad, dude. There's so many things that
Yeah,
I just
Eveready, the
wow, Selena Cosmia,
Cosmia.
Javanensis.
Those are cool.
Yeah, I got a Selena Cosmia Obscurus also from Dritz that is so cool. Wow, they have Rufalatas too. Wow, man, they're really about to take all my money.
I've noticed that with Rufalata in particular, it seems like those really come in like waves because you'll see point periods where like a lot of people have them and they're available like all over the place, and then you won't see them anywhere.
Yeah, boom bust.
Very extremely cyclical with those.
Yeah, that's wow. Spider Shop is problematic. That is insane. How
You
many
know what's
tarantulas
also
there?
a really cool one they have on there that has kind of caught my attention too, and I'm honestly not sure why because they really are very unspectacular in terms of aesthetics. Is that Middle Eastern gold?
Oh,
Pull it up. I can't remember off the top of my head what its scientific name was either. I think it's a monotypic genus. There's not any other species in it that I know of.
yeah, I don't even know what genus that would be.
I think it starts with a C. Not that.
I was gonna say that could be. Yeah.
Sure, that narrows it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, Middle Eastern gold. It's the Catapelma olivaceum.
Oh, okay. Yep. Olivaceum.
Let me share this. Again, not anything really to write home about. That's just another one that I'm sure the natural history of is interesting because they're coming from.
I mean, they're super cool looking. I don't know about you, dude, but I think they're sweet.
See if I can find some better pictures because some of the other pictures they have, like they look black.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it really depends how the light hits the sete, right?
No, I mean this is like look at this.
Yeah. Okay.
That's a pretty big difference.
Much larger. Yeah. Well, much more mature, probably. I don't know.
I just thought that's an interesting species.
It's definitely interesting, dude. There's so much
very
cool
little.
stuff.
Unless maybe there's like a locality difference or something, because this says Middle
Ooh,
Eastern
could
black.
be. Okay. Yeah, it could be. I'm not sure.
And they're angry, so
I like it. Yeah.
fits the bill.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's just something about tarantulas in particular from certain environments or parts of the world where you just don't see tarantulas that I find interesting. Like,
or like, hey, why is that there?
Why is that one in particular the chosen one for that particular area?
And it just somehow is. Yeah.
And it's just over however many millennia just adapted and evolved to thrive.
I know. Oh, the Arboricola. Dude, mine is looking sweet. It's changing from the orange. So the toes are going to dark black, and it's going like from orange to dark black, front to back. And it's so mean and it's so nasty and just is a black hole for food. And it's so fast. And it's like, this is sick. Like, I want all of these.
Dude, even those one or two of those hattie slings from you, like I put a cricket in there and I
It's
was
gone.
using not even like I was using the brush to move something around, and that thing like reared up and started like squaring up to it.
Yeah, dude, they're
I thought it was hilarious. It was like, oh my god.
yeah, they're incredible. I got a threat pose from my Saba Red yesterday. It's probably this big. It's tiny. It's literally tiny, and it threat posed me. And I was like, wow,
I love it.
that's so cool.
No. I think the Iphibopus, the Murnus I got a couple weekends back is also in pre-molt because it's been refusing food
Rare.
the last couple times.
Super, super rare.
So I'm pretty interested to see.
Such a cool species. Such a cool genus.
It really is. And the Cyanognathus, and that's another group that I think gets
They get
overlooked.
looked over. Yep.
I think even the sort of infrequent availability that I've noticed with the Cyanognathus and stuff too, and even the Murnus, is interesting to me because I've seen mostly what looked like imported Murnus and not a ton of captive bred stuff. So when I saw that, when that lady at the show had some Murnus, I was kind of surprised because, it was like, I don't really see that many of those. And I know Dylan had a female that I think he got 1 or 2 sacks out of her, but she ate both of them. Definitely ate one of them. Like, he was having a hell of a time getting her to follow through.
Just not eat the sack. Yeah, that's got to be a tough feeling, dude.
But so far, from everything I can tell, is the Murnus is basically a New World Cereopagapus.
Yeah, I mean, super cryptic.
Build
just
a
like
hole.
Fostoreal. Yep.
If you get removed from your hole, fight it to the death.
Yeah, swing, throw hands. Super cool. I love it. Cereopagapus. Such a cool genus.
I feel like Haplopelma should still be a thing. It's just weird calling Cobalt Blues Cereopagapus and not Haplopelma.
I don't know. I wasn't around. I wasn't around for the Haplopelma days, so I've only known them as C. lividus.
It feels wrong.
I'm sorry you feel like that, man. You can't win them all, right?
It should go back to being Lividum.
Lividum, wow. Haplopelma lividum.
Back in my day.
I remember when Haplopelma was real.
Are you gonna like dive any more into scorpions at any point, you think?
Scorpions? Me? No. It will be centipedes. Because my room's not hot enough, dude. My room's not hot enough. All the Southeast Asian stuff, the Southeast Asian spiders do really well with me because I keep a lot of Southeast Asian snakes. So just gonna stay in my lane, which is Southeast Asian stuff and peds. And
it's fair. I tried. I went back to catch you those ones that I sent you yesterday,
and they weren't there.
Gone.
Yeah, it's okay.
I even like looked around like some of the rocks and other stuff they could have been hiding under, and they were gone.
It's okay. I would have kept them communally and seen if
I don't even know how like legitimately communal those even are.
Well, just with enough space, because there's no way I could have popped those, dude. Not safely.
Yeah,
they're so small. So like you got to keep them because otherwise, how else are you gonna? You know what I mean? How else are you gonna know? So keep them. You got to keep them together. Keep them well fed. Hopefully, some magic happens.
Even like the picture of the one I sent you, like when I saw that one, I was like, oh, that's a big one because typically they're
tiny,
small. I mean, they're not like microscopic by any means, but they're definitely it's not a big one.
I mean, yeah, I'm used to working with like Dahani and Polymorphos, so that's nothing even close to that, you know.
But they're cool. I see them a lot, and I get excited because that's, like I said in the episode with Andrew, like that's Tantilla food, and I love finding
yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
maybe if I'm lucky, I'll see a crown snake hanging out under this board with all these centipedes.
Yeah, dude, catch as many of those centipedes as you can. Put them in a box and send them to me if it's lawful.
Yeah, it is. As far as I'm concerned, they're probably considered a pest by most measures, and people just want to
Kill
get
'em.
them sprayed and gone. So
Yeah.
there was 3 under my trash can when I moved it. That was just the one
That's
that's still long enough for me to get a picture of. So
wow. Were they all that size?
close. The other 2 were slightly smaller, but not by much.
Wow.
But there's I have a board at my parents' house that pretty much anytime I flip it, there's at least one under there. So I'll have to go and scope that out. Maybe.
Oh, that's exciting, dude.
I don't know. If you seriously want them, I will catch them, and I will.
I don't know, dude. You're making me think. I got to talk to Hannes.
Cool.
Dude. Yeah.
I mean, it is like legitimately, it's like a real centipede. It's not like one of those weird
Not fake.
centipedes.
No. No, I got those here. I'm not worried about house centipedes. I got those in my basement.
You know what I'm talking about? Like the really long leggy, daddy long legs.
Weird as hell. Yeah.
Thing. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, you won't catch me with those.
That's another one where I'm like, what is the point of your existence?
I don't even know what those.
Why
yeah,
are you here?
It's over my head. Yep.
It's just like
right over my head.
Like why?
Ooh, silverfish. Yeah, I'll pass. I'm good. They're so yucky.
Yeah, I was like, what? You have a reason you're here, and I don't know what it is. Just like with gnats, like we have the sand gnats here that will tear you.
Yeah, it's just
like
fun.
Surely the only reason you're here is to feed all the other tiny stuff that needs to eat something. Because other than that, walking eyebrows, Black said. I've never heard him called that before. That's good.
That's actually funny.
Fantastic past eaters. House centipedes are a huge roach predator. I did not know that.
That's good to know.
I haven't seen that many here. Every now and then I will, but do you have them up there? Are they pretty prevalent?
In my basement, I definitely could go find one if I wanted to. Yeah.
Well, over the weekend, like I had mentioned, there was the Savannah Children's Museum every year does a Harry Potter themed sort of like STEM day kind of thing. And so I go down there, meet my buddy John Calloway of Calloway's Critters. He brings some lizards and some snakes and some other odds and ends. And usually I'll bring a snake or 2. And last year I brought the curly hair I had that I did not trust. And then this year I decided to bring a rose hair. And shockingly, maybe not necessarily shockingly, because I think as time has gone on over the last at least handful of years, I've noticed people are a lot less scared of snakes than they used to be, like overall. Because I get a lot of people that, with the hognose I have at work, who's kind of the shop mascot at this point, and then like over the weekend having a bunch of different snakes of a bunch of different sizes. People were very curious and not necessarily scared. It's very rare now that I have someone come up like at an event like that or even at work and be like, oh, that's disgusting. Like, get it away from me. Like total fear.
Mm-hmm.
But having them and then having the tarantula, it was really interesting to see. A lot of adults were like, that's gross. That's terrifying. Sort of the typical response you get from people for a large spider.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of the kids
were cool with it.
The kids were like, that's actually really cool. Like the kids weren't freaked out really by it at all. I had a couple that were like, can we hold it? And I'm like,
yeah, it's because it's a learned behavior.
It was surprising because almost all the kids were like, I like the spider a lot. There was even a kid who came up and he had like a little tarantula shirt on with like different types of tarantulas. And I was like, oh, dude, I like your shirt. And he's like, thanks. And then he ran away. I was like, okay.
Wow, what a cool kid.
Yeah, it's just, it's continually surprising to me, just in terms of snakes, though, like how cool people are getting to be with them. because I remember like as a kid and stuff, it was like if I mentioned snakes, people were like, "Oh my god, that's that's scary, that's gross, whatever." And now, like people come into work, they see the hognose, they're like, "Oh, that's cool. What's
It's
that?"
cool as
And
hell. Yeah.
they even if they can't see them, they're like, "What's in the tank?" And we tell them, and they're like, "Oh," they come over and look at them, and um, same thing with that event. We had a big male Brittles python there, and people were like, "Oh, that's really cool. What kind is it?" I brought one of the rhino rats, which was
Yeah.
a huge hit because people were like,
Yeah, they're just so chill.
I've never seen one with that on its face before, like the horn and stuff." And
Mm-hmm.
I found that with hog noses and the rhinos and snakes that look just dorky like that, it's extremely disarming. And
They're also small. It's
people
not
real-
like you're bringing a large snake too.
yeah. But even with that Brettles python, man, like people were all about it. The kids loved it, the adults loved it. John also brought an albino Honduran milk.
Oh, that's super cool.
Super popular because just the colors on that thing are insane.
Yeah, kids love that.
He had a albino San Diego gopher that was also really popular. I
Also
took
super cool.
Which people liked just because those are kind of oddly shaped.
Weird looking sausages.
Yeah. They got they have no neck or
it's just like body and then a head.
Yeah.
With the weird eyes. Like
Mhm.
yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Yep.
It was interesting to see the polar reactions to the spider, to the snakes, to the lizards compared in adults, compared to the children. And because it was almost the opposite. Like some of the snakes, some of the kids were like, it's a little scary.
Wow.
Especially the bigger one, like the Brettles python. It's a little
can be intimidating for sure.
But like they see the spider and like, oh, the spider's really cool. And like they're wanting to play with it.
Spiders are cool, man. Well, let's not play with it.
Yeah, and I held her a couple times. I took her out and she was super chill. She wasn't really enjoying it. By the end of the day, she was in like the stress curl of like cover my eyes, don't want to see.
Yeah.
But other than that, she was pretty chill. Held her, didn't have any issues. She did hair at one point the ever loving fuck out of my wrists, like
excellent.
Literally,
there it is.
From like here to here, because that's like almost like a bracelet of hairs. But what's odd about that is it wasn't until what's today, Wednesday? Because it was Sunday that the event was.
Today's Thursday.
It wasn't until like Monday or Tuesday that I started getting really itchy though, and it was Sunday that I was handling her.
Whoa!
So I thought that was odd because like I held her, put her back.
Delayed reaction.
No issues. Like didn't feel itchy on my way home or anything like that. But like I got to work. I was at work Monday. Like I said, it was either Monday or Tuesday, and like for whatever reason, my wrist just
was on fire.
Started itching like crazy. Like not extreme, not like Therafosa levels or anything like that, but enough to where I was like, oh my god, it won't stop. Like it just itched and itched and itched. And so for the last couple of days, they've been just continually itching. But I don't know. A lot of kids wanted to handle her. And I'm like, I don't.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. I don't know if that's the vibe. Yeah.
It's just. It's
like I would have brought like if you had Madagascar hissing cockroaches.
We had some of those. We had some of those. That was another one. Kids were all about it, but the adults were like, nah.
It's because it's a cockroach. Well,
right.
Yes, it is a cockroach, but they're cool. Here, hold this. Who cares if you drop it? You know what I mean?
They're almost like dubia though. Like you kind of if you're around them long enough, they don't seem you kind of forget they're a roach because they just don't.
Dude,
especially the hissers, like they don't have the traditional roach.
No.
Sort of look to them with the wings and stuff.
No,
like male dubia, I can
behind me. Yeah,
male dubia, I can kind of understand because that looks like a roach, especially the ones down here. Like but like female dubias and hissers, I was like, it doesn't really look like a roach.
Just like a big bug.
Yeah,
makes noises.
Yeah, which of course John brought like 10 hissers. And every time we pulled one out and we're like showing the kids, like none of them would hiss. I'm like, what the hell? I remember when I had one as a pet, as a kid, and I was like, if I touched it even a little bit, it would start hissing. And I was like, that's really cool. And like these ones just wouldn't go.
They were too chill, too laid back.
What the hell? Yeah.
That's awesome.
I have to like tap them a little bit and put them next to the kid's ear so they could hear it, and
Yeah, usually it's pretty audible.
Yeah.
Mine are pretty vocal.
Yeah. Well, it's cool too because Georgia Southern University, they also set up every year at that event, and it's I guess like their predatory bird department. Whether I don't know if they're doing
Oh.
research or something, but they bring some owls every year. So like
Whoa.
last year they brought a screech owl, which I always was under the impression, just given the level of noise that those things make, that they were huge. And screech owls are like
Tiny.
the size of a fucking Furby.
Yeah, my foot is bigger than a screech
Yeah.
owl. Yep.
I remember hearing those things at night outside of my window when I lived at home with my parents and being like, A, it's terrifying if they're right outside your window because it sounds like someone being murdered.
Yep.
And then B, you're like, something that loud has to be big.
Yep.
And they're not. Like when I saw that, I was like, there's no way that was like, that's an adult. And they're like, yeah. I was like, get the fuck out of here.
It's like
It's
the
little.
size of a loaf of bread.
Yeah. Not
Yeah.
even.
Yeah. Yep.
But they had
pretty
a
cool.
barn owl and a great horned, I think, this year. It's the great horns. And Katie Yates, who's with Bill Albright at AHP Exotics, she helps him vend and stuff. She has a great horned, and it's like massive. She had that at the last Charleston show we went to, and you could like take pictures with it and stuff. And like, dude, if that thing wasn't moving, you would think it was fake. Like it was unbelievable.
Oh my god!
And just the eyes were like massive.
How much do they weigh? How much does that weigh?
I don't do that. Thing's got to be
40 pounds.
Because like that's a big bird.
Yeah, it's a big chicken.
I was just, when you see them up close, same with like bald eagles. Like you don't realize, you see pictures and you see videos and you're like, cool, America, awesome. But like then you see one in person, like at a zoo and stuff, and that shit's standing like 4 feet tall, and you're like, fuck.
Damn, that's like a literal dinosaur.
Big bird, yeah, dude.
Yeah. I trust me, I hear you. They're crazy and they're so well equipped, with, like towns and stuff.
Yeah. But overall, it's a good weekend. There's always a good turnout at that. I think we did good and sort of spreading the gospel.
The wealth. Nice. Yeah, no, that's positive. Giving back to the community.
Get more kids hooked on rhino rats.
This is actually just marketing. Okay. You were handing out business cards, giving out price lists. Yeah.
Yeah, it's I thought about bringing one of the ornamentals just to have on display, but I was like, stressed out. It's not gonna.
Yeah, no, not the pokey. No, pokey stays
for the sake of like the colors and the pattern, and having a piece of bark in there is gonna be like, look at the level of camouflage and this kind of thing. I was something other than the rose hair, like bring the rose hair to something else to make it a little more exciting. And I was like, I'll bring one of the brackies, but I was like, no, it's gonna be kicking the entire time. It'll be bald by the time we get home. Like. I was like, fuck it, we'll just do the rosy.
Just ball with the rosy. Yep. And that was probably not a bad idea. I mean, that definitely worked out well.
Yeah. She did good. Handled fine, like never any
issues.
No issues.
Best way to be.
Yeah. Didn't really she was kind of an afterthought though, as far as like the educational stuff. People were just kind of like, what is it? I'm like, it's a rose hair. Where are those from? Like, South America.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. But like the rhino rats and stuff, like, where are those from? What's the point? What's the nose for? Like,
we don't know.
They want to know everything. And I'm like, yeah, it's like, it's the only thing you need to know is these are the best snakes you'll ever own. Like, first of all.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, they're super cool, dude. The unicorn snakes. I definitely just like they're so green blue and so placid. It's really cool. They're really cool to see.
Yeah, I could tell like by the end of the day though, it was pretty cooked. I was also getting kind of nervous because like I was handling like a Cuban false chameleon and some other lizards and stuff, and then I'd go and grab her, and I'm like, I swear to God, if you grab me in front of these kids, like, and I start bleeding,
it's not gonna be
good. We're gonna undo all the work we just spent however many hours doing.
That's actually really funny, but I'm glad it didn't happen. I'm glad that didn't transpire.
Same with the Conicus, because I was like, if there was either of the two that I brought that were gonna nail me, it was gonna be the Conicus.
It would be the Conicus. Yep. Yep, that would be my.
She would do it without warning because they're like the blood pythons. They just like flail.
See, my bloods are all so good, dude. My bloods are all so good to me.
Yeah. I have a love-hate relationship with bloods.
Yeah, they're super cool, man. It's like probably my favorite python species.
How many do you even have right now?
How many bloods do I have?
Yeah.
I think 7.
Is that like bloods and short tails or just bloods?
No, not 9 short tails, 7 bloods.
Okay.
Yeah.
Take an albiceps. I don't have an albiceps, Dritz. I thought about taking the vegans, but she's also another one where I'm like, she gets a little.
Dude, vegans are
She's a little
monsters,
quick.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they love to eat.
I feed her like maybe once a month, dude. She's so thick. Like, you're good, you know. Same
She'll
with that
pop.
rose there. I'm like,
Yeah.
you don't need a damn thing.
No, it's fine.
Which is something I'm curious that maybe if we get Dritz on again at some point, I want to get his take on it. But like, I really, with having the slings and stuff, and then having your your juveniles, and then having your adults, like my adult stuff, once it's at that adult size and it's kind of like maxed out as far as its growth rate and things, where it's really not the needle isn't really moving. Like I really cut back feeding.
Yeah, he feeds his adults
stuff,
once a month.
Okay, because all my younger stuff, I feel like I feed pretty heavy, but I also look at it from the standpoint of like bugs are plentiful. I have a feeling that most stuff is probably going to be eating nightly because there's bugs everywhere. Like you look at the Amazon, you see the pink toes and stuff hanging out, right? And like
they're everywhere.
Looking at these lodges and things, and there's porch lights and stuff, and the havocs are hanging out around those, and there's moths everywhere, there's bugs everywhere. Like I have a hard time believing that wild tarantulas, even like especially the younger stuff, is eating anything less than 4 times a week.
Hey, your guess is as good as mine.
I feel like even 4
it makes sense.
It's
Yeah,
conservative.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, depends on the size of their meals. You know what I mean?
I don't. I just like to me. It almost seems like they'd be. It's borderline grazing.
Grazing. That's
like,
funny.
wouldn't you think? Like, there's so many bugs moving around, especially if we're talking like tropical species.
Yeah.
Like, there's bugs everywhere. Like, there's got to be almost a never-ending buffet of food all the time.
Depending on for tropical stuff. I mean, I totally see where you're coming from. That does make sense.
Yeah, Dritz, I can send you the link. Or Phil.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. Oh, send him the link. Send him the link. Yeah.
Let me get it. This is something I think about because, like I said, I feed my small stuff heavy, admittedly. My adult stuff not so much, unless I feel like maybe they're starting to look a little on
unless you're conditioning them
lighter side, which I'm not conditioning anything because I'm not breeding anything.
Not yet.
I'm amassing a bunch of stuff with no clue which direction I'm going with any of it.
Not yet.
I don't know where I'm going, but I'm going there, buddy. Okay. I just sent Dritz the link. Because I don't think like with what I'm thinking with that is like, I don't think that's unrealistic.
What?
Like the feeding part of them being small. I don't, because like if you look at it in terms of like snakes and stuff, like
no, they'll eat. Yeah.
We know that chondros, for instance, aren't eating on like a weekly basis, bi-weekly basis. Like that's not happening with adult animals. So I'm not going to feed my adult animals like they are eating on a weekly or bi-weekly basis. So I'm like with the spiders, I would think it's almost the opposite, where it's like they got to be eating damn near nightly, pending weather, pending seasonality,
pending the size of the prey.
right? Dude, anytime I've
Okay.
watched the Andrew Smith docs and stuff like that, and they're out looking for stuff at night, like there's bugs everywhere,
Everywhere.
various
Yeah.
sizes, various speeds, and I don't know. I'm curious to
I don't know either.
Just
Yeah.
take on that.
Hopefully he'll be able to finagle the link.
We'll see.
Time will tell.
You good?
Hmm?
Said you good?
I'm great. Living the dream right now. Waiting on the wizard.
How often do you feed your slings and stuff? So like with the Lividus slings and the Hattie Hatties, like
I have an invert day every week where I just do all the inverts in a day, checking all, and that's mostly the slings and stuff. And then oh, there he is, dude. Look at
you
him.
got the headlamp on and everything.
He's in the lab.
Yeah, you guys caught me in the middle of housing lava spiders, Idiotheomira, and Cirrocosmus resmilesi.
And by me, you mean
And Becky's there too.
Becky, what's up? Dude, that's awesome, dude.
All right, hold on, let me just flip my cam.
There's so many dwarf babies we just had.
Yeah, I think this is the biggest dwarf sack I've ever had on record, you guys. So this is a pivotal thing right now. Stupid, incredibly large sack. So the average Cirrocosmus sack. Sorry, I'm just trying to set you guys up so you can see a little of everything. The average Perez-Milesi sack is like 60, maybe 80 if you really fucking nail one home.
Guess how much?
I haven't even counted them all, and we stopped at 112.
Wow.
Why do you think
I've never seen anything like it in my life. I don't know, and she's not big for her size. Like
Tiny.
I couldn't tell you. I have no idea what would have. Yeah, we basically just hit a home run. I mean, she really did the deed.
She understood the assignment.
Yeah, as Phil would.
The assignment.
I would say, as Phil would say, she understood the assignment.
That's awesome.
You sure did.
And that shit has sprinkled my donuts. So yeah, you guys were chatting it up, man, and I'm like, we got back home, and I'm like, listening to you guys chatter, and I'm like, man, it's like we're hanging out with these guys. Like they really make it like a thing, you know? And I was like, you know what? I was like, what do you think it's possible to join while they're in the middle of talking? How weird is that? But like, you know, there's a first for everything on ArachNerds, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, here we are.
So we're shooing out little, see if I can get you guys a little. He ran away. No. It's okay, I got him. Oh, God. They're actually super friendly, believe it or not. Just really fast.
Aren't they all?
How many of them mirror you got? What's up with those?
I got 10 of them from the awesome.
Oh, look how tiny it is.
Wow.
So what's crazy is there's some from this same batch. I got 10 of them, by the way. Some of the same batch that are twice that size.
Whoa, same. They're all related.
He's a ninja.
Yeah, same sack.
Yeah, they came. These were a trade to a friend of mine at Wonderland Exotics, Christina, and her and her husband are awesome breeders and friends of ours, and we do a lot of collaboration with them. So if you guys have never heard of them or checked them out before, you definitely should. She just produced a sack of Panama, you know, the lava spider.
Oh, that's cool.
She sent me 4 of those and 10 Miras for, and we've had this relationship for years where we never exchange money really, unless it's like a female that she has or I have that we really want from each other. Mm-hmm. It's always like, I'll send you 10 of those. You send me these, and I'll send you this, and I'll send you that. It's like we always know that we have a box owed to each other. So there's never this like weird like, oh my God, you like owe me, dude. It's like 3-4 months goes by, and it's like, oh yeah, remember that? Oh yeah, you sent me this, and this, and it's like, oh yeah, guess what? That I happen to have some female formosas. You want one? She's like, yeah, hell yeah, I'll take one. Cool, and
Yeah,
just
who says
took her
no
up.
to that?
You know, so she hooked it up too, and then collaboration project.
Oh God, there's a big one.
she's dealing with a male chromatist that came in from Umar Pendle. His name's Lowell. He's a police officer in Pennsylvania,
He just went up
in
there.
Philadelphia. A really cool guy.
Oh my God. that was
But
crazy.
these came in too. I have to deal with. These are loan returns on Diamond Tenensis. So it
Those guys are quick.
looks to be about 30 of those. And that's why it's important to send your males to the Underdark. Because even if I don't use the male, I always send them to other friends and breeders, and look what returns. So I've got some friends that'll get a couple of these just because they sent me a male, even though their male failed, a year ago or something. Like, hey, I pay it forward. Like, even though these slings don't belong to that male, I'll give some to the people that it came from who didn't really care what happened. They just wanted some free shit. And then everybody now gets blessed with some. Sell them for half of what market value goes for. Everybody wins. It's like a blessing in disguise.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, when you put it like that.
Look at
so
how
easy.
big that is.
Whoa, yeah, that is big. That's like a 2-ounce deli.
Yeah.
And that's a Mira? Oh, yeah, that is a Mira. Wow.
It's a Mira, so it's like double the size of the other one from the same brood, same sack.
Holy shit.
My personal opinion is this is a little boy.
Or 1/8
But
siblings.
I will say that you cannot go by that, because when I was younger, I used to just be like, oh, it's double the size of the others, girl, and just set them aside. And I learned very quickly that that is not true at all. It typically is more true with baboons and stuff, but I'm just fascinated right now. Out of these 10 Miras, 2 of them are like the size of a quarter.
Yeah.
And all the other ones are dime size and nickel size,
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely fascinating.
I wonder why that is.
Getting that female over the weekend, like I had Mira in the past. It's been a while, but everything that I've had was slings or like small stuff. So I had no real context for what an adult female Mira was.
Yeah.
So now I have that female. I'm like, man, these like the perfect size in my opinion for something like that. I love that they're the size.
Yeah, they max out at about 3 inches. I have seen a few over the years that are over 3 inches, but most of the time they're just little thing, they're not big at all. See, like this one's like half the size of that last one. It's crazy. Just blows my mind how that works. Crazy. So yeah, I've been listening to you guys and stuff, and you guys have been talking about awesome shit. Very intriguing.
Yeah, I mean, so like you're dealing with slings and stuff now. So like, what's your feeding schedule like for slings, and what's your thoughts on my hypothesis of them eating much more regularly than what we feed them in captivity?
Yeah, so I mean, I heard Phil briefly mention how I feed my spiders, and I mean, this might be contrary to belief, and this might raise a few eyebrows when I say this right now, but I keep my spiders hungry. They're not starving, but most of my spiders are like ready to eat. They're not overweight. They're, happy to take a meal. And I find that I get so much better response and behavior out of a hungry spider than I do one that's like fat and happy and used, and then it's established its energy reserves and it's ready to hunker down and just wait, and I find keeping them hungry, one, you see them more because they're out hunting all the time. 2, their behavior is more, I guess you could say, aggressive for life, because they're like trying to get food, and like I find that they settle in quicker, they build better. It's hard to explain unless you just like take 10 slings and you starve them all, to where they're like ready to eat, and you watch their behavior. Then you feed them, take 5 of them and just feed them. And then keep the other 5 where you feed them like once to 2 times a month. And I know that sounds crazy, but most spiders, even at a very early age, are from an ule stage to 2-eye. They're eating the egg yolk into the 1-eye stage. And then from 1-eye into 2-eye, there's a lot of cannibalism that occurs that most people don't even know that happens unless they pulled the sac early or something like that. But even then, you see cannibalism. And I find that they start life off better. They're more, can't find the word. I'm lacking the word to find here, but they're just
Eager.
way more eager and motivated. Thank you, Becky. More eager and more motivated for life and to set out on their own. If you kind of like let them stay with the mother or together, if you move them into an incubation cup, keep them together until they start branching off and you see that they're starting to do their thing, and then separate them. And they're hungry, they're ready to go, they're starting to set up their own little houses, and feed them, move them into their little houses, feed them, and then send them off into the world, opposed to taking an egg sac, and as soon as they hit 2-eye and they're like 2 or 3 days later, you're mailing them off. They haven't even been fed yet. You know what I mean? And you see that a lot. And the people, 20, 30, 40 of those slings are probably just going to die. Like, that's why they lay so many babies. And I find that just holding them back that little bit more, and like I said, don't just plump them up. Don't just feed them every couple of days or all the time. Watch their abdomen size. If their abdomen's getting a little thin and frail, yeah, of course, feed them. But most of my slings, I keep them in little Sterilite totes like this, and they're all stacked in these deli cups like you see I'm working with. And I put holes down in the recessed part. So all I have to do is just take a mister and spray them in that bin, and all that water collects in the bin and creates this humidity. And I find that I only have to feed them like every 2 weeks. And I just do that whole bin at one shot. Just pop each lid, throw a worm in, boom, keep going, go. And you don't have to feed them as often, and it doesn't actually affect them. Of course, they're going to grow and have a faster metabolism the more you feed them. But for some species, it's the exact opposite. They've evolved to go a month or so without food, even as baby slings. So, from experience, don't necessarily feel like, hey, I got to feed this spider because it's Thursday, or whatever day you do your feedings. Just what I do is I call it roll call. I know that I've got spiders that haven't ate. I know I've got spiders that I just cupped. I know I've got spiders that, are in between that or whatever. And it's like, cool. And I just kind of categorize them and stick them on the shelf in that manner. Like, okay, it's been 2 weeks. These girls go first. So when I start checking on the slings, I haven't fed the lividus in 2 weeks. I'll pull that bin, and guess what? All of them need water and food. Feed them all, water them all, bang. They're aggressive, they're happy to take it. By the time I'm even closing the lid, they're eating the fucking food, so there's no guess if they're eating or not. I just get overall better results with a hungry spider than a fat and happy plump one, Or it's heavy and extra plump, and you go to ship it, and because of that obesity, it almost it's stressful. Like the fatter the spider, the higher the risk of death during shipping there is, and that has to do with just their regulating of pressure, the way their hydraulic systems, their inner hydraulic systems work, and they're not designed to go from sea level in Rhode Island, where I ship them out of, to 30,000 feet in the air in less than an hour, and all the way the fuck back down to, Colorado. And it's like, we have the ability as humans to pop our ears, burp, regulate our body pressures and liquids naturally sometimes without us even thinking about it. You're just driving down the road and all of a sudden your ears pop, right?
Yeah.
But you didn't realize you just went down this huge hill into Inverness or somewhere, And it's like, same thing occurs with the spider. So having a spider that's on the hungry side, it's got room for expansion and contraction. I find that it actually just allows the spider to just ship better. It's more eager to come out of the paper towel, the shipping vessel if it's hungry and ready for life. If it's fat and full and plump, anytime I've ever shipped a spider that's like visibly obese, I've had issues. I've had spiders that I've shipped miraculously perfect, no delays, no problems. Temperatures were great. I've shipped 1 million spiders. We ship 20, 30 boxes, a month, sometimes more. And it's like we have our problems when it's a big, fat, plump, comfy, what as humans we would think is a happy spider. But a lot of times they're not. They're actually under duress because they're toting around all this baggage, and it's not natural for them to have gorged like that. I'm sure all spiders can handle some gorging at time, but they're not designed for that. It's a seasonal thing, and it happens, if it does, for a short period of time, and then that's it.
Well, it was actually a really really well thought out answer. that was very well said.
You got the fridge sig. I'm jealous. Another one.
What was it?
The fridge sig, the white monster.
Oh, yeah, man. Sheesh. The monsters are no joke. Are you talking about drinks?
Yeah.
Yeah, those things. I drink one of those, and I've got like the shakes for 2 days. I'm like, ugh. Becky drinks like 3 of them, and she's fine.
I would say I'm like 3 a day.
Yeah,
I'm
Becky can
drinking water.
go to sleep, and I'm like, what's the point of it then? Like, it's almost like wasteful, I feel.
I do it.
Because God knows they don't taste good. You're like muscling it down like wine. You know what the end result is, but like it's not yummy.
No, it's because I want to stay awake. I try. It's just I fail.
Yeah, Becky's a sleeper. All right, so the mirrors are done. They are going to be for sale, by the way, if anybody's interested in those.
Maybe.
A few of these are going to my buddy Warren because he gracefully offered up one of his Formosa females for the trade. So if you guys don't have one or you're interested, I know that Justin had mentioned wanting one.
He's been outside for God knows.
I think Justin's girl's ready after a molt. She looks good sized.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, dude, she looks like she's a good size, in my opinion. What do I know, though, right?
He's just the centipede guy.
I'm just a son, but not even really.
Ooh, I can't wait till your new centipedes come in, bro. Ooh, God.
Dude, oh my God, I'm going to drown them and pop their genitals in your basement.
Best thing that's been said all night.
I want to say, you'd have to forgive me because I forgot, but I want to say I got you a polymorpha. I got you a mutilins and a maculins or mutilins or multidens.
Multidens, yeah, multidens and mutilins.
Mutilins, multidens, and polymorpha. I got you.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's gonna be a blast, dude. If one of those polymorphas is a dude, like I can. Hopefully, he's good size.
Well, the paperwork said that they were all 3 to 4 inches. So, I mean, that's
All
a pretty good size,
Yeah, I don't know how big the dudes need to be. I don't want, the one that Andrew sent us is decent size, dude. She took down a good sized roach this week, like an absolute savage. So I would, I just want to make sure our knight in shining armor is
Fully
as
armored.
safe as he can be. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I'm really hoping that we get a boy in there. That would be really, really cool.
Yeah,
And
I mean that would be super
I was
cool.
curious about this. Do centipedes do they feed on their mate like spiders do? Like the other day
So,
you
like-
mentioned their Dahanis together, and you're like, oh, they're in the sex dungeon, and that was kind of the end of it. Like, and then you're like, oh yeah, they did it, and I'm like, oh damn, like cohabiting, like tell us about that. I'm curious myself.
So I kept them together for like 5 or 6 days because I kept checking on them and they kept cuddling, and then they were like, I don't know, I didn't see any web weaving, but they were like kissing buttholes, like for lack of a better term.
Kissing
And,
bubble. Tell me more about this.
Yeah, dude, their butts were touching, dude. Their butts were touching. You know those
So-
back
so-
target
they
legs?
basically
Yep.
They basically mate like roaches do. Like
So
yeah.
usually the male will weave a web and the female will walk through it.
So what does kissing buttholes mean? Like
I don't know.
so they don't like lock together.
Typically, no. But I saw a lot of like weird, like
Does he make like
It's
a
like
finish line and
atypical
she's gonna cross
movements.
through it?
Oh God,
Yeah,
I had some baby
yeah.
shit come to my mind, but I'm holding it back. I won't say anything.
Usually with the Dahani, they need the ceiling. So it's got to be like under a flat cork bark, and then they need the ceiling, and like they make a burrow to do the webs, the sperm web.
That makes sense. Okay, so it's almost like scorpions. They lay it, and then she goes through
Yeah,
it
she
and
walks through it. Yeah, yeah.
and she goes over it and picks it up.
That's my understanding of
portal.
it, but very rudimentary. I have a very rudimentary understanding of centipede reproduction because I've never actually done it right. So I've seen courtship, and my yellow leg is so. Oh, what is that?
This is a Tiltocat Kallenbergi that just came in from Pennsylvania from Nick Hoover at the T spot.
That's
He's
a
another
dude.
guy
I can see
at the end of
it.
Yeah, I was just going to pull him out and hold him, and he bit the paintbrush. I think he thought it was food. I think he's hungry. So
I say, what do you want me to put? So I put him there. What do you want me to put him in?
I was going to take him, but he didn't look too happy about it. So I think he's fine now.
He just thought you were.
You put the classy to work yet?
Nope, not yet. We are meeting up with my buddy Corey because he's got 2 females that are like beyond ready to go, and
Dude,
I wanted to have
haired by the Sturmy.
Say what?
Yep. He got haired by the Sturmy. I sent Justin that picture earlier.
Yeah, that's no joke. Sturmies are not for the faint of heart. That's for sure. Even I'm scared of them, and I've been around them forever. Those things make me nuts.
So, have you produced Bambus yet?
I did about 3 years ago, and it was a failed attempt. And then I was able to get another sack before I sold the other female, and I only ended up with like 3 or 4 babies. One of my females that I have now that's about 2 inches is one of those babies. So Bombus is one of those bucket list ones, like real success. Like I guess you could say, yeah, I did it. But you know, they're new. Like, you know, I got my first Bambus like 8 years ago. You know, it's contrary to belief, they've been around for a while. Nobody knew what they were. They thought it was just, you know, a Haribon, or, you know, there was a lot of other species that they could or maybe were. They were just species this or species Menendau or whatever. And, you know, it wasn't until 2-3 years ago that they were actually, you know, classified and stuff. So once they got classified, then it was this big push, you know, new species, bamboo spider. You know, same thing happened with the Spinochilus rufus.
Yes.
They used to be Flamingocilus rufus, and nobody gave 2 shits. I'd produce a sack, and, you know, I'd sell maybe 3 or 4, and the rest would just grow up, and I'd trade them for stuff or put them in grab bags. And as soon as they got classified as a Spinochilus rufus, and people were like, oh, and they're like new species, then all of a sudden, like, I can't keep them on the shelf, you know? So it's the same thing with Bombus. You know, they started off expensive, so they were only for like people that were niche into Asian spiders. Not the average person wasn't spending $200 on a sling,
Right.
you know, and then they didn't take ground like everybody thought they were or that they would. And a lot of that had to do with because the people that would be buying these already had one or already thought they did, or a sling. And it's like, so they didn't take ground like people thought.
Mm-hmm.
So they immediately went down in price. So you can find good size ones, you know, females even for under $100 right now, is because, and it only boils down is because they're not being spoke about. They're not the popular one that everybody needs to have and get. You know, there's other cooler shit that people are talking about, and it just got kind of overlooked. And, you know, for a spider that's really only been classified in the community for a couple years, you'd think it would be one that everybody wants, not to include that they're just badass forest ninjas, that they live in bamboo forests. They're beautiful. Like, their colors are incredibly striking and amazing. Like, it only boils down because people just aren't doing this part, talking about them, showing them to people. And it's like, yeah, they're fast, they're shy, they're very nervous. So you're not going to see it often. And, going back to what I said about feeding your spider, that's one of those spiders you want to have hungry. You want her to be like, where's the food? Where's the food at all times? Because, and the only time you really feed her up is when you're conditioning her into pairing or to breeding. Other than that, you keep her hungry. If you know she's about to be due for a molt based on her schedule, feed her up a little bit extra, get her plump a little bit. But, Asian arboreal spiders, man, those things are always hungry. Spiders that have a very aggressive or eager feeding response, it's because where they live, there's not much food. They have to actually contend for it. So they're a lot more eager for it, so they're going to have a larger appetite. They typically get bigger, you don't really, all spiders, don't get me wrong. This is easy to misconstrue now I'm thinking about it, because all spiders are eager to eat. It's just like when and how often, and if you feed them right, even the spiders that are known to go on these long fasting periods will regularly eat happily. It's just the way that we're caring for them and what the hobby has spewed out to everybody about feeding them regularly and blah, blah, blah. It's created this unknown in the hobby. Like, well, why is my spider not eating? I did what everybody said to do. And it's like, well, because that spider in the wild would never, ever, ever have the opportunity to gorge like that. Like, it's too risky. It's just not plentiful enough like that. That's why spiders are such good hunters, is because food is hard to get, even in a place where bugs are everywhere. It's still tough to get food. They got to set up webs. They actually have to hunt. They got to be waiting for it. Even if you would think like, wow, you walk into the Amazon, there's flies and shit everywhere in your face. And it's like, they're still not actually eating that much. Sizable, usable prey to encounter the spider is not very common. You know what I mean? Not as much as you would think, I should say.
Wow. Today I learned.
Yeah, and it's one of those things too, is I never really noticed that until I started kind of looking at the spider's behavior and why they do what they do, and realizing that some of them are just, see if this bad guy wants food now.
He's like,
he hit the paintbrush earlier, like, I want it.
He's like, what? Oh.
Now he's just like, fuck you, I don't want nothing to do with it.
Yeah, he's looking for women.
Like,
Where do you want me to put him?
Look at him.
Right.
Look at his legs.
Just a little thin layer of dirt, some moss. He doesn't need any bark or anything. Nope. He's a good-looking guy too.
Look at him, dude. He's looking for it.
Not worried about me at all.
What's it, Phil? What's it? What's he looking for?
He's looking
You know
for
what he's looking for. Yeah, you know what he's looking for.
Yeah, he's a cool fella. So yeah, he was sent here from, like I said, from my buddy Nick. Do a lot of breeding projects with him. He's got an hold on just a second. I gotta run away. Cricket. Yeah. Chinese chopsticks. Boom. Caught him on the fly. He's got an HMAC female too, Phil, and I sent him the male HMAC that we paired with your female, and that dude is on a roll. He went to
again.
He paired with my girls. I sent him off to a friend's. He came back. He paired with, was it Mike or Brandon's girl? Paired with your girl. Yep. Yeah. And then she molted and she came back. While that was happening, he went to Situate, Rhode Island, and paired Warren's
girl.
Yeah. Wow. and now he's back. And he went to another buddy of mine who brought their male or their girl, and now he was shipped to Nick in Pennsylvania.
Want to put that in here for him? Maybe he'll be more.
Wow.
He has really
What a legend! What a guy!
really been around. And you know who's still kicking? Joyride.
Oh my God!
What?
You want me ready?
Sometimes the dude's got it, man. Some dudes got it, some dudes don't. You know, it's just that's crazy. I can't believe he's like 6 for 6, dude. Maybe he's 7 for 7. What a guy!
Yeah, dude. He paired all those girls, no injuries, no issues, no problems. Tapped.
Yeah, didn't even get jumped.
Did his thing. Yeah, he's a
Stud.
pimp. Yeah,
He's
and
a pimp. Yes.
he's a pimp. And so was Joyride. Joyride is a master too. And I'm pulling the sack from the first female Joyride paired in like a week. So yeah, that's exciting. And Joyride is a Spermopoeus emeraldus, which is like the Panama blonde polker. It's just subtle differences, setae length differences, abdomen coloration differences.
I have a video of that pairing. That was cool to see.
Yeah, no, that was a great one, man. I got to
really
come
cool
up with a name for the HMAC boy, because what I'm going to start doing is these males who because I don't know if you guys know, but like hundreds of males come through here a month. It's insane.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes the males just stop here for love and food and pictures, and they're off into the world, you know. And what's amazing is some of these males really stand out. Some of these males, like, you know, we'll get 2 or 3 males of the same species, and this one male just like is a go-getter. He's not scared of the females. The females don't intimidate him. Like you guys were talking about earlier, some males go in and they're like, "Oh God, what do I do?" And some just go in there, bend her over, and he's out. You know?
Yeah,
and,
dude.
And then you know, they stand out. So what I'm going to start doing is when these males do that, so if a male is successful 3 times, pairs 3 successful females, and he travels outside of the States, we're going to start to keep wet specimen jars, and we're going to name them. So like Joyride, like the HMAC, like, you know, there's a bunch that we should have been doing this with. And, you know, we're going to start collecting wet specimens of all the mature males from now on. You know, so it's going to be a small fortune of alcohol and glass jars, but it's something that we want to do. And, you know, moving forward is these males that really carve out their spot and, like, just dominate the field as far as the projects and work we have going on. And I think it's just really
Nick Cannon.
Yeah. That's a great idea. Exactly.
That's actually awesome.
We just want to start naming these boys after like memorable, like pivotal stuff like that. Like Joyride, we called him Joyride because he was just a joy. He took his time. He tapped. All the females were receptive. They came out. He did his deed. No aggression from the females. He just kind of backed away. Like it was just a joy. And he took them all for a ride. So, and he traveled all across the country, man. Joyride went to California and back. Stopped in Missouri. Stopped in, went to Connecticut with us. And then he went to New York. Then he went back to Boston. Then he came back here. Then he went to Warren's house in Rhode Island. And then back here.
And he's still ready.
And he's still alive, man.
And he's still ready.
So while he was gone, one of those females he paired molted out. So his last hurrah is going to be to pair with her one last time and do the deed. And that should be, I want to say 7 or 8 females he paired successfully.
Wow.
And
those are some veteran numbers, dude.
Yeah. I mean, that stands out in the crowd. The average male pairs 2, maybe 3. If you're lucky and you got everything right and the male's healthy, you can get 4. But sometimes these boys will, you know, pair a female the next day, pair another one, make a sperm web, pair another one. And it all boils down to the male's health, his eagerness, and then how often he's making a sperm web. Is he still eating or not? Because if I pair a female and I put him into rest and he doesn't eat again, I don't try to pair him again unless he starts to wean. And that's where, like Phil was saying earlier with the cannon fodder thing, that's when I would sacrifice a male for a female who is extra aggressive towards male. So if you got a female that's just not receptive, she's been conditioned for, her husbandry, her feeding, her enclosure setups, for her environment, for the seasonal changes, the whole 9 yards. The conditioning is done. But yet your female, just all she wants to fucking do is mow the males. By knowing this and how this works, one of those males that has already paired a couple females, he's starting to slow down. He's not really eating. I haven't seen him make a sperm web in a while. Instead of just letting that guy die in a cup, why not let him pair with one of those females that's probably going to eat him? But he's probably going to die in the next few days, and it would probably suck if I found him dead. I'm like, damn, I could have used him. And what I find is if you use those males to your advantage, for instance, like GBB, they always want to eat the males, whether they tap or not. Like, they just want to eat them, So instead of putting in your nice, fresh, juicy GBB male, why not put in the older one who's like already on his way out anyway? He's either just going to, I've had him walk right in and just drop on the floor in front of him. And like the female, I've even had females where the male walks up to him and he's tapping like help, and it's like he wants to pair, but he's just like already did it like 100 times and he's just dying, and he's just like barely can like lift her up, and then like he'll just kind of start to crumple and chill, which happened to Phil's discaless male. We'll get back to that.
Yeah, he was a bitch.
And then I've even had females be like, bro, and like go after the male and then get there and be like, oh, you poor bastard, and just kind of like back away or almost just like disregard him like he belongs there. Like I've even had females like snuggle up to a male, like he's over here like, oh God, I'm like on my way out, starting to curl, and it's like he was put in there for kind and fodder purposes only, and the female like snuggles up to him. I've even had females like web over the male, like, don't worry, buddy, nobody's gonna eat you but me. And then the next morning, because I'm like, wow, like she won't even eat him either. Like at least he gets to die snuggled in bed with a woman, Can't beat that. It's better than being in a cup on the shelf, right?
Yeah.
And then what's crazy is you come back the next morning and she's eating the male, which is like, well, at least he went out with a blazing glory, right? And then lo and behold, 2 months later, she lays a fucking sack. Like, you know what I mean? So you can't just count out your male as nothing, but yet you don't want to let him go to waste. So for those extra tricky or finicky, aggressive, however you want to label it, species that are very, eager to eat the male, whether it's before or after pairing or whatever, use that to your advantage if you have multiple males. And there are species that I highly recommend if you're planning to breed them, you need a couple males for that. Like if you get a GBB female bred and produced off of one male, hey, nice job. Like that's
tough. That's very tough.
I always have success if I have a female and she pairs with two males, eats one, or pairs with, or eats the first one and pairs really well with the second one, or eats the first two. Like I've had females that just mow males, mow, and be fortunate enough to have males for her to eat. And then that last male, she just like, yes, please. It worked, man. It's incredible.
All right, we got 4 of these and 2 of these are different sizes. Which one do you want?
Okay, let's see what we got. Weird. So we got a Mexican golden red rump, which, if you guys don't know, is an amazing spider. I was just talking about this to this is the mature albiceps.
Yeah. Their pairing is so violent. It like looks so violent. It's so weird. I remember watching it at your place.
Yeah, I call it the slap box.
Yeah, they do. They slap each other.
All right. So that guy can go in like.
Well, just look at him. Okay, so that's not for this.
He can actually go in there.
All right.
Ooh, another sun tiger. Ooh. We've had 2 sun tigers lately. No, he's smaller too, so he'll do good with the other female. That one can go in an arboreal.
That's what I thought.
And then we got a. Ooh, this is one I've been waiting for, guys. This is a huge one.
What is
Huge
it?
one.
Oh, Thrixopelma.
Nice.
Peruvian
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, cyanellum. So this is the cobalt red rump, they call it. And
Wow.
man, I don't know if you guys have ever seen a mature male Thrixopelma before. But you know how a tarantula has the longer guard setae on their legs and stuff, and on their femurs and stuff like that?
Mm-hmm.
Thrixopelma males actually have a visibly noticeable spurs. Like
Oh,
it's
wow.
it is like the wildest thing you've ever seen. If you can see the spurs, it's going to be hard to see, but in person, they actually, when you shine the light from this way and you look through the spider's setae into the light, you can see that there's actually barbs on their back legs here in that guard setae. There's actually like cactus spines in those back legs. And man, when they fucking stick you, they fucking hurt.
Wow, that's crazy, dude.
They go right into your skin. And it's like, you can't see it on the camera, but like right now, just looking against the white paper towel, the light's coming from this direction, you can see his spines, and they're going in a downward direction with the setae, like, and they're like one here, and they like get smaller as they go down. But like when you touch them, they're hard. They don't bend like the normal guard setae on the back of the legs, and on the back 4 legs, which would be leg 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 6, 7, 8, 9, or excuse me, 5, 6, 7, 8 would be the ones that show these spines all over themselves. And for the life of me, I've always wondered why certain males and certain species have these.
That was
and
my next question.
I have no idea. There's no literature on it. There's nothing. Wow, this guy is a Weber. There's nothing about them at all. Wow, he is fucking gorgeous. He's tapping already right on the table. He must smell it.
Clap, dude. He's trying to clap.
Yep, there's a lot of females bred on this table, so he could just be picking up on spider juju. But
so many women.
Yeah, this little fella is beautiful. And this came from Nicole Auckland and Umar, which is Lowell Pendle. And they're huge friends and collaborators of the Underdark. And they send us close to 30 to 40 mature males of like rare shit year round.
That's awesome, dude. That's badass.
Yeah. So this is a really cool spider. Not many people have this.
So which one's going to go in here?
Badass.
All right. This was what?
I have no idea. There's nothing on it. That's what I was asking you.
That looks like a.
There's nothing on it.
Looks like
It came yesterday.
Came yesterday, so that would have been from Umar. So this should be a hottie.
We got 3 boxes yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you want him in here, or is this too small?
Nope, that's good.
So little moss, bark.
That's it.
Okay. This one, little moss, bark.
Yep.
And this one, mostly dirt with little moss.
Yep.
Okay.
You got it. So just so you guys check it out, what we're talking about here is we use these little containers here.
Nice.
One of my buddies, Thomas McMillan, takes them and he has
He's
a drill
so
press.
nice. He makes
and he puts all the holes in them for me and just drills the lids out and shit. And they're just perfect for arboreal males because I just put moss in the bottom, nice fluffy moss, and I lean a piece of bark this way.
Boom.
Gives the male the ability to just bask on the face, or if he's feeling a little shy, he can go inside and hide. And it minimizes them walking and moving around all the time, wasting their energy, which they can't rejuvenate through molting anymore because they're mature and ultimate. And they're easier to just take this container and give it to Phil or a friend, a collaborator, than it is to take it out of this big enclosure where he's been running around all the time, wasting resources. And it's like easy, ready to go. The males chilling. I keep them a tad cooler than the females to drop their metabolism. and I only feed them when they're showing that they're hungry. And as you guys know, as you keep spiders, you kind of know when they're hungry. They have this look to them. They have this stance, as it were.
You can tell. You can tell.
Yeah, you can tell. Sometimes you can't, but most of the time you can tell when your spider's hungry. They're just standing there like, where are the tacos, bro? Where are the tacos? So, yeah.
But he is the hot sauce guy too, right?
Yes, that's the hot sauce guy.
I
Yeah.
said he'll also send you some great hot sauce.
Yeah, Thomas McMillan is a really cool guy.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
like in his mid to late 50s, and he's just longtime
keeps busy
customer,
and he
longtime
does, yeah.
customer of Underdark. He's been visiting us at our expos for many years now, and
such a nice guy.
yeah, he's just completely selfless guy. Like he just out of his own, he came over once and saw how the Underdark works, and he was just like, oh, he went home, took it upon himself to buy the containers, drill all the holes. He even like took a tool to like scrape the inside to where now instead of being one lid that comes off, you can click it and it leans open. Like he just spent all this time on these.
Yeah, it's like a dual lid.
Like, Dritz, I made you some prototypes. And then he had like 10 different types of hot sauce that he makes and brought. Like just an amazing human being, man.
Super nice guy.
So there's another cool thing that came in today. This came from Whist, which
Whist from the Discord.
I want to say it's Katie Coleman. I want to say Katie. Forgive me if I'm wrong. I just learned her name like 2 days ago. But she sent me 4 of these, and inside of this are what we call cleanup crew. They are peanut beetles, and all they do is oatmeal and raw peanuts in the shell. And you just pop them in a thing like this. This is just how she shipped them, but you put them in a little deli cup, fill it with whole oatmeal or ground up oatmeal, whatever is the bedding, and then you put 5 or 6 shell peanuts and just crack the shell to where they're open but still together, and you just drop those in there, pour this culture in there, and you will always have feeders, mealworm feeders that are like, I'm talking a 1/4 inch, not even, like an 1/8 of an inch, 1/4 inch. So for all those dwarfs and all those tiny little slings that people are like, oh no, what do I feed them? What do I do? I don't know. That's all you got to do. It's just, and then you just grab some feeders, boom, 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 boom. So, and she's got these available too. You can reach out to her on the Discord, and I think she sells these cultures for like $7 or $10. And I mean, I'm looking at this one right now, and there's easily like 100 beetles. And like at the bottom, you can just see hundreds of little teeny tiny mealworm looking things, which are beautiful for feeders. And that's it, man. And they're super simple. You just drop a carrot in.
Oh, wow, look at those guys.
Is it those flower beetles?
No, those are peanut beetles.
Oh, I've got beetles for that. Yeah, those are great for slings, man. Those little teeny tiny guys. I think the flower beetles are even smaller than that, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, the flower beetle.
Is Red Rum's in here?
Yeah, that's a lot of dirt. You don't need that much.
You said to fill it.
No. I meant like fill over dirt like that much. He's not gonna burrow. He's just walking around.
Oh, I thought he was a burrower.
No,
Yeah.
it's a Albaceps, baby.
I don't. Logan.
So anyway, these are really fucking cool. I'm gonna add these to my roach bins.
Oh yeah.
Cleanup.
Yeah, they do really good.
Yep, I'm going to add them to roach bins, and then I'm going to just have a subculture off to the side. So I also do that with mealworms. They basically have a container, no lid, filled with oatmeal, moss, and then some flipped over bark. And I just keep one side damp, add a little vegetables every now and then, and I always have thousands and thousands and thousands of mealworms of all sizes. Just as many as you can imagine. And they just breed every 2 weeks.
Yeah, what I started doing with my mealworms is I take like bran flakes, and then I'll take regular like Cheerios, and I'll put a food processor and basically turn it into a flour, put some wheat germ in there.
Oh, there you go.
They go crazy on that, man.
Yeah, and then what's nice is you don't have to do anything. Every time you're in the kitchen and you're cooking up some vegetables or something, take a little chunk or something on the end of a celery or a lettuce or tomato, whatever the fuck, and just toss a little chunk in there. And I do that once a week. I don't feed them every day. I put it in there once a week, and like I can put a half a tomato in that mealworm thing and do that once a week. And that thing is like the core at the bottom of the tomato, that little green piece. That's all that's left when I get home from work. Like it's just gone.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, they go crazy on that stuff, dude.
Yeah, and it's like super simple, and you just always have feeders. Super duper 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 easy. So if you're always like worried, and they don't smell, and that's what people think is like, this thing is just open, no lid. They can't climb plastic. The beetles can't either, and that's it. And just keep it bone dry, other than like the one side with the bark that has moss under it, and just keep that side damp, and that's it. And like it won't smell. It doesn't stink. As long as you don't keep vegetables in there that aren't being eaten. So if you put vegetables in there, like a little chunk of something, and it's still in there the next day, you put too much. You need to wait longer and give them less. You want the thing to be gone. And if you do that when you feed them, that's all the moisture they need. So there's no watering, there's no mustiness, there's no smell. And you can keep mealworms, those beetles, I mean, I even do that with my roach bins, my cricket bins, and it doesn't smell like ungodly. Like everything's got a scent to it, but not like you would think. Like crickets stink.
Yeah,
And a lot of the reasons they stink. Well, and a lot of people don't know this either. And people, this is something else. I learned this from Fluker, huge cricket producers in the U.S. His son taught me this. And if you keep them bone dry, like no moisture whatsoever, other than one space in there that has a lid on it, and you put food in there, if it's not gone within 24 hours, you put too much food, too much moisture food. Other than that, you have a cup of oatmeal or a cup of cat food. I don't like cat food or dog food because it stinks. Oatmeal's the best. You can mix a bunch of different types of oats and rice or whatever you want and make like a granule, whatever, feeding stuff. Or you can just buy that Repeshi stuff, whatever you want to use. But once again, you don't have to like have food available all the time. Like as Americans, as humans, we always feel like our dogs need a bowl of food and a bowl of water always available. Like this not necessary. Like, as long as they have oatmeal, that's why they call them flour beetles. That's why they call them, mealworms, is because they live and thrive in that. They only need access to water. That's why they're so full of juice and liquid, and they have that armor on them like a mealworm. Is like they're designed to go weeks without water. As long as it's not this desiccating environment where moisture's being sucked out of them. But if you keep them in your spider room with the lid off, you very, very rarely have to water, if ever, any of your feeders, including crickets. I don't use gel tabs or any of that liquidy crap that you would feed. None of that. Just enough vegetables to where it's gone the next day, done once a week, and access to dry food at all times. And I'm telling you, I've got so many feeders that they just come out of your ears, because that excess moisture and food that they don't consume starts to rot. It brings flies. It brings other pests. And now you've got this smell going on. And it's like feeders are like one of the easiest things in the world to have and produce on your own, to where if you buy a good culture of mealworms, a good culture of red runners, a good culture of these peanut beetles, you shouldn't have to buy them, but maybe once a year to just add to your colony, because you don't want a ton of inbreeding, because then they start to become like weird. Like if you let your
weird,
if you just let your dubias go, in 2 or 3 years, all the males' wings are going to be crooked and broken and weird looking, and like you have to add a cup of new, dubias or new feeders every now and then to kind of recirculate the genetics. I guess the genetic pool, maybe. I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, it's the witching hour. Phil is. I think you got to be up early. I don't have to be up crazy early. But...
Yeah, I got quite a few patients to. I got some knees to bend tomorrow.
I love that.
It's the truth.
I got a 6 a.m. wake up call myself.
Yeah, we did pretty good today, though. We got a lot of stuff housed. Got all our new stuff in today. Really cool. You guys did a great show.
Dude, thanks for coming on. We really appreciate your you putting your time and spending some time with us.
No, absolutely. I love this kind
Yeah,
of
we were
stuff.
sitting here. I
man.
was like, I feel like we've been hanging out with Phil all night.
Yeah. You know what? we got all our other stuff and chores out of the way. Let's see if we can jump on and say what's up.
And here we are.
Yeah.
So, yeah, guys, absolutely.
It was fun, you guys. It was a great show.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
This episode, as always, brought to you by Full Visa Apparel, fullvisaapparel.com. For hardcore herp nerds, invert nerds, all that good stuff. Shirts, hats, hoodies, coffee mugs, whatever you might need.
Join Tarantula Addicts on Discord.
That's right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Shout out Bad Juju.
Shout out to No.
Use the code THN at checkout on fullvisapparel.com. Get 15% off your order. That is the exclusive promo code for THN listeners and viewers like you. We will catch y'all later. I believe Snakes and Stogies is happening Monday. It didn't happen this week because Phil and I were both not feeling great. So hopefully this coming week it'll be on track, back on schedule. So we will see everybody later.
See ya.
Yeah, guys.
Peace.